I'm the leader, the Iron Man. The night's done, you know who I am. Blades find their mark and my mind is sharp. My psionics tell you our minds are hells apart. Straightforward and honest, I'm no soothsayer, worth no more than 900. My destiny is ahead, never afraid to confront it. I'll keep everyone safe even if I won't make it. Instruments calling, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless, and together we stand proud, proud, proud. Big man, big heart, rage and control. Proud father, wisdom with age, never selfish, never cold. Knock you out with these fists, fall to the floor. Prefer peace, don't test me, I'll even the score. Brute strength to silence enemies, they'll fall. A peaceful soul, don't hesitate to grow. Instruments coming, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless, and together we stand proud, proud, proud. From shiny to cats out of the bed, middle mate can be called ironclad. No cat and mouse, but with my prey I'll play a support animal, yeah. I'm your steel defender, no scratches on this cat, no sleek and slender, no attitude like men. I'm tired of you, so talk to my creator now. The shadows gather as I walk in shadow elf, but I hate my kin. Tinker inventor, I always have the tools for the job. Rules never tidy, kind of a slob. Sleep is for the weak, so I never catch a wink. If I feel tired, just down an energy drink. Master hacker, intelligent, without a doubt. Stand in my way, fuck around and find out. Proud, instruments falling, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless, and together we stand proud, proud, proud. Man with a voice smooth as silk, not full of hot air. I've got the skills, air gymnasty, musical talent unmatched. Singing sax, playing bagpipes on blast. My music sharp like a cloud of daggers. Got the moves like Jagger, I ain't no slacker. Objects move when I'm around, an army of animated things who can't be brought down. I'll be your test cat, withstand this tempest. Proud, instruments falling, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless, and together we stand proud, proud, proud. My magic's divine, like a holy man's words. I bring the fire, like soon in a church. In the kitchen or chapel, that's where I shine. I'm the heart of the party, keeping their health in line. Pocket bacon, always stocked up, ready to share. If anyone's in need, I'm quick to be there. Divine skills, prestigious and strong. I'm the party shield, they call me Aegis, it won't be long. Proud, instruments falling, our tune is loud, showing our courage, our time is now. Our Lord is boundless, and together we stand proud, proud, proud.
Hello. How are you guys doing tonight? I remember to turn on desktop audio. Hi Sarah, they are, you won't be able to hear them just yet. We're gonna go ahead and jump in and get started. So, yeah, I'm gonna jump on over. Thank you for joining. And I need to pull up my notes. Okay. All right, let's jump over and get started tonight. Okay, I am here.
Hi, here. I'm
I
Dan.
was waiting for it. Okay.
Damn it. I couldn't queue up fast enough.
I was waiting. I knew somebody was going to do it. All right. So, let me get Aegis up there. All right. So, sorry, I have a lot of scrolling. 1 second. There we go. First things first, happy birthday to Xavier. I'm sticking with the
Happy
medium
birthday.
hype. I know,
Yes.
medium hype. Happy birthday.
Settle down now.
So this is last
Thank
session.
you.
Last session was a biggie. As far as XP is concerned, you guys should have fought the big guy and 4 security drones, and instead, thanks to completing the cage match, successfully RPing your way out of what should have been a very big fight, and successfully removing one of your would-be enemies from the fight and turning it into a pet, you guys got 4,000 XP for last week. Last week was a big week. And I think I said it at the beginning, but my rule is if you manage to RP your way out of an encounter, you still get the encounter's XP plus some more, because I love that shit. So
So
we were
it's
supposed to
4K
fight
each?
all of that?
4,000 each. You were supposed to fight all of that.
She had told me that. She's like, wow, I'm surprised you guys got out of fighting that thing. And I said, what the fuck do you mean? We were... The tanks were about fucked. We
That
were
was
out of
not
everything,
an option
man.
in my mind.
No, we would have been running, bitch. I'd have been throwing you all up that fucking escape hatch.
If Marcus and Bonkin if Marcus and Bonkin hadn't lasted as long as it did in the match and Marcus hadn't won, it changed the DC basically to convince this guy. The win did so. The date is January 27th, and it is about 10 p.m. at this point. Do a quick recap here. So last week, you hooligans finished the cage match, and after some tactical fighting by Marcus when he provided his now famous move, Aerial Crush is what I'm naming it, and he hit the big motherfucker with the medium motherfucker, it turned the tides of the match. He also figured out that throwing someone up against the wall would electrocute them, and you can guess how that went for the others. Bonkin put on a really good show, made sure that the outcome that you guys wanted is what happened, whether he was really trying to make that happen or not. I can't hear you. What?
What do you mean made sure? I never had to made sure. I wouldn't have won that in 1,000 years.
But thankfully everything went according to plan, and y'all ended up with the underground boss owing you 200,000 gold. He was not very happy about that. He met with you all and sized you up, and it was discovered that the underground was in fact in possession of the Chronos shard, and it was discovered that it was worth 50,000 gold. Marcus actually uncovered the reasoning for the price of it. You guys found out he had lost 2 men permanently when the Chronos shard was obtained. Marcus agreed to this price because he knew it would help him get his men back with true resurrection. After asking Aegis for some help on the pricing of that, so that proper bargaining was done. The guy took you to the vault, where you found the Vault Guardian and a handful of security drones, as well as the Chronos shard. Along with the Chronos shard, he offered some items and ended up only having to transfer some of what was owed to you. He showed you the way out, and once you exited into the alley, the opening to the underground disappeared as he told you it would. Marcus sent a message to Zachary with coordinates, and that's where we're going to pick up, with assuming that there's no pit stops on the way back, he would take you back to quarters.
Ice cream stop.
Okay, yeah, he would definitely stop and take everybody for ice cream or malts or whatever on the way back.
Oh yeah, I gotta try some of those malts.
Oh no, Aegis.
Important stuff here, guys.
Yeah, Zachary would pick you up and bring you to quarters after getting ice cream, and we will pick up from there. Are there any questions or clarifications needed at this point? No. Okay, perfect. And actually, I didn't make a note, so I'm going to make you guys a Chronos shard icon really quick, but you can dive in, and I will have that for you in just a moment.
Okay.
When you get a chance, could you also send me the stats for my new best friend?
Oh, Yeah, you're gonna uncover those slowly. So
Okay, that's fine.
as you put time into it, messing with it, then I'll share a little bit at a time with you, with
Yep,
probably some funny side effects.
that works. Note to self: explosion proof the room.
It's not already?
There's oh look, a distraction.
All right, team. Well, that was weird. We should probably have a discussion over our findings. Marcus will kind of like walk up to the table and take his backpack off.
Hey.
First and foremost, and I will type this in chat so everyone knows, all of us, after our winnings were... Now, mind you, we walked in there with no money to our names from our little adventure, obtained 20,000 gold, and left with 200,000 equivalent gold, which is wonderful. That means that each one of us are going to be banking 11,600 gold pieces. Those transfers should be come... Marcus is like, wait a minute. Flip his visor down. I'm going to go to my bank account and see if my part of the transfers come through.
Yeah, it's there.
Holy shit, he works quick. Definitely efficient, and as much as I hate to say it, trustworthy, it seems. So, 11,600 gold. Just adding that in chat so everybody knows. Right, so we also paid, oh, I'm sorry, Master Aegis, yes?
Oh, well, sorry, no, this is more player thing.
Oh,
That's
okay.
11,600 for each
For
person.
each person. Everybody got that individually. That was what our, like, leftover divided by 5 was.
Yep, just making sure on that.
I'm not sure if you're all aware of this, but we kind of made out like bandits. I almost feel bad, but I did have to execute 3 people for it, so almost
Temporarily.
4.
I mean, yeah, is it really executing when they were brought right back to life? We don't have to pay care.
And
We don't have to really dwell on this one.
to be fair, I was already planning on bringing them back anyways.
So it's not execution if they're brought. Okay, I'll just put that in my pocket
Hey.
for later.
That is
I
not
wouldn't
the lesson you should be
entirely-
taking from this.
That's the
Not
lesson that was just
exactly.
taught to me.
It might
I
be,
wouldn't
don't know.
entirely say that, but in situations like this, aye.
See, this is why Master Aegis and I don't physically see eye to eye, but spiritually we see eye to eye.
Well, I
May
mean, we see eye
suggest
to
it?
eye right now.
That's true, and when you were riding on my back, if I would have turned my head enough, we'd probably have seen eye to eye.
I'd have to turn my head pretty far too.
Oh, that's true.
I'm also going to suggest an amendment to this lesson. No wanton executions without ensuring a diamond is readily available first.
Understood. So always
That's
keep
fair.
a 300 gold piece value diamond on my person at all times to
Just with-
ensure.
Yep, as long as Aegis and/or Aegis's fully stocked up ring are ready to go. That seems like as far as I'm going to win in this negotiation. Moving on.
Understood. Stop praying to the gods and eventually learn how to bring those I've executed back from the dead. I can be judge, jury, and executioner and savior all in one shot.
And not
I mean, to be
shot.
fair, with the amount of money we won last night or today, good God, we can all have several of those diamonds on us.
That's true. I'm going
Not
to
to
do
mention-
so much.
Not
Actually,
to
I need
mention,
some rare ores and explosion proofing.
Sorry, Master Aegis,
Hmm.
what were you saying?
Well, I was just going to say, thanks to your little purchase before, we've currently still got 7 already on us.
Wonderful. And I honestly pray we never have to use a single one of them. I'd like to send whoever needs to go back to the past when this thing is ready to go off back with all of those intact. But in the unfortunate event that that does not happen, then we'll find ourselves where we need to find ourselves. At least we'll have them ready. Right. So the rest of our loot. So we paid 50,000 gold for a security drone with all of its software and textbooks for Mistress Kira. We paid 50,000 for the hopeful resurrections of those who died trying to obtain the chronos shard. we purchased this, and now he'll pull out the wand that's been etched with spiders in the handle down. We have a wand of web. We have a necklace of prayer beads that can perform a second circle cure wounds twice a day, a lesser restoration, a greater restoration, and a bless all once a day. We also have this. He'll pull out the blue and silver mantle and lay it down. This is a mantle of spell protection. All of these items will require you to allocate some of your spiritual energy to attune to it. And then we still actually don't know what the hell this thing is. And I pull out the metal shield with the arcane etching on the outsides and no grip on the back. I have a sneaking suspicion I know what this is, but I have no clue what its actual function is because we weren't able to figure that out. So,
Yep,
Mr.
she's
Kira?
on it.
Sorry,
She's
Master
gonna-
Aegis?
She's gonna take it and walk into this room and start ritually identifying it. Just sit cross-legged with it.
Who has the chronos shard?
It's in my bag
Yeah, we put it in the bag of holding.
with the robot.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I hope we don't soup up that robot with it.
Right. Now that she's gone, we need to have a conversation. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't it be crazy, though, if I had something huge that I discovered and I was just waiting for a moment to get her out of here? No, the rest of these items,
She looks
though-
through the still open door.
Fuck.
You gotta wait for the door to actually close before you do that.
Look, I'm not really socially graceful, if we haven't all figured that out yet. The rest of these items,
Close doors
though...
behind you.
You
I
hear
don't-
incanting.
I don't know if anybody is interested in any of these. Again, they all do require the attunement of your soul. Oh, that reminds me. Master Aegis, Mistress Kira is in possession in her bag of that gigantic diamond. You need to hold on to that. That's a special one, I think. Correct? You said you needed something of 1,000 gold piece value for what? What was it?
Dust, right?
Well, it's not 1,000 that I need. It's it'd be 500. But right now I don't have access to it. I will soon though.
Yes, but the... Oh, I see. And what is the... What's the spell or ritual that requires that?
Should we ever need to, and a 300 diamond doesn't work, this is the backup.
Ah,
Oh, it's a big boy.
understood. Yes, so this is for a different form of revivification, a more potent one.
Big revivify? Big revivification?
Specifically, the ability to raise the dead.
Oh, well, ooh. So when the spirit has fled the body completely and you must strap
Aye.
it back down. Understood. So it should be kept on you, then, or we find somebody to break it into 2 pieces, is what I'm understanding, if you only need 500 of it?
That sounds accurate.
Right.
Just hopefully they can do that without going ahead and damaging the overall amount, and it still being 2 separate 500 pieces.
We just traded at a jeweler or something like that. Say, hey,
Aye,
I have this big one. Can you give me 2?
that's a good idea.
Master Aegis, I think you might know somebody for that.
Aye, I'm already thinking it.
Right, so then that's that. Look, I'll be quite frank. I'm pretty well taken care of myself, so I'm going to bow out on any of these magical trinkets. Feel free to discuss amongst yourselves if anybody's interested in them. I'm curious to see what the shield actually is, so when we figure that out, maybe I'll have an opinion, but at this point, if anybody wants in on these, please.
So what's that cape you had there? It was a cape of spell protection?
It's a mantle of spell protection, yes. It, when you put it on, and in a spellcaster attempts to influence you in any way, shape, or form versus magic, your body is innately resistant to it. Doesn't make you immune, but makes you very capable of resisting said magics.
And apparently the necklace of prayer beads is now gone from the counter as a small halfling hand has
Yes.
tap grabbed.
Yoink.
Oh,
Perfect. Boink.
all right.
Yeah, and
You're,
Aegis
you're
is
probably the
just
one to have
looking
that
at
too. That gives you more capability. Just so you
I-
know, Aegis, when you put that on, the 5th bead has been yanked off of it, so there's
Yeah, I
only the 4.
remember that.
Okay.
Which is a weird thing because I remember we asked about this. They should come back. So why this one didn't, we don't know.
Kira.
That's just for your notes too. Sorry, that's just for your notes too, Aegis. Those are the spells that were rolled on Candace's chart for it. So daily.
Yeah, each day.
Sorry, Candace. Go
No,
ahead.
that's okay. Kira, give me an Arcana check, please, while you're finishing up. Assuming that everyone's okay with brevitying the 10 minutes.
What does
Yeah.
about me?
Yes.
I think one can just kind of also say, I'm pretty full on my stuff as well. I don't need any more magic thingies, thank you.
Flat Arcana roll with the identify spell or
Mhm.
anything weird with that? Just flat.
Just
okay.
flat. Yep.
That didn't even roll, it just kind of thud.
You get a 6. All right. So you are able to identify this as.
Oh, sorry, hang on. I do have one more flash of genius. I'm going to go ahead and use that on myself to take that up to a 16.
Okay. That does change things, actually.
Sorry, I was scrolling to check to see if I had more.
Uh-huh.
Cheetah! No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, not a cheater.
Curses
She didn't
of-
just say.
Yeah, curses of the digital sheet.
So as you're finishing up your ritual, you're like, okay, yeah, we were right. This is definitely an animated shield. I knew it. It doesn't have the straps. It doesn't have a handle. As you're looking at the runes, though, you notice, you're kind of going through your mind's eye of the encyclopedia that's in your brain of magic items, and it flips through, in your brain, you're flipping through the different runes, and there's one on there that doesn't make sense. So as you kind of you turn your focus to it, you hear a slight humming coming from the bag of holding. And there's like a little bit of a buzzing. What are you going to do?
From the kitchen, they will see her, like, she's sitting cross-legged, she's got the shield on her lap, she's incanting over it. There's that faint, like, server room meets forge smell. And then all of a sudden she goes very still, and she just, like, her phone kind of goes off, but her phone's over there, and she reaches for the bag and just kind of opens up the pouch to kind of look in it, and it's a little bit of like is it actually gonna explode? I don't think so. What's going on?
So, as you open the bag, the light from the chronos shard flashes out of the top of the bag. Yeah, hold on a second. It flashes out of the top of the bag, and it's pretty bright as it is, but it looks really bright as you're doing this, and because you use the flash of genius, you're able to realize that the sigil, that the arcane sigil, that you're like not really sure exactly what it is, it pops into your head that it has to do with time. Hold on 1 second for the other thing.
Yep.
Oh, you're good. You are able to identify this as, hold on 1 second. You're able to identify this as the Shield of Temporal Guardianship. So you know that what this does, it's very, very similar to an animated shield. But here, I'll share the thingy.
Yep, and I know the animated shield stuff, so.
That's just a fun one.
Yeah, this one I made up. So it basically acts the same way as animated shield. However, second, because there's one more little part to it. Once per dawn, which I don't think it's saving on here, so I might have to hit up Xavier later. But once per dawn, it does allow you to... Hold on, I'm going to pull the actual text really quick. Here we go. It offers this as well. It's called Temporal Shift. As a reaction, when you're hit by an attack, you can activate the shield's Temporal Shift ability. You and the shield momentarily phase out of the current time stream, causing the attack to miss. Once it's used, it cannot be used again until the next dawn.
It's pretty fucking dope.
And it isn't until, thank you. Once the light from the bag pops out and reflects off the shield, that sigil kind of lights up, and that's when you're like, oh, I know exactly what this is. And it seems like it almost activates it. Hold on a second. I'll show you what it... Well, I'll try to show you what it looks like. It wasn't letting me upload it earlier. I'm just going to cut and paste real quick.
And I very much specified that the door's open too, so this could get interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on one second. There we go. So that's what it looks like now. So initially it looked like just a regular looking shield, but once the light from the chronos shard hit it, it sort of lit up all the way around with this gold looking energy, and that's when you were able to identify exactly what it can do.
Okay. Kira's gonna close the bag, shutting off that light. And then she's going to, no longer holding the shield, evidently. She's gonna stand up. And she's just gonna start moving to see if it goes with her, like she would expect it to.
Yeah.
Does it? I'm assuming it deactivates again, like after a second, when the light goes out and stuff.
It does, yeah. So once you close it, yeah, it deactivates again. So it was floating in the light of the chronos shard. Once you put that away, like once the identification process is done, you're pretty sure it sort of falls back down because it does require attunement to be used.
Yep. And she's gonna grab it. Her own shield is on her back at the moment, and she's going to just carefully just walk back into the kitchen. Oh, I know exactly what this is. Do any of you... Okay.
Wow, really strange of you to just start speaking when we were literally in the middle of sentences.
Well, I
but
apologize.
Welcome back, Mistress Kira. What do you have to share with the group?
I will... I can wait. Sorry, this thing just activated on its own and completely... I was very focused on it. No, finish up what you were saying first.
Well, I'd hope you were focused on it. We sent you to do the fucking ritual.
Yes, but some rituals are easier than others.
What is it, Kira? What is it?
Oh, wait, well, hold on, though. Let's finish. We were talking about Master Bonkin shooting the wand of webs. We should strap it to his wrist and turn him into like that Spider-Man fellow, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, fine. You know what? My ideas are just no longer... It's fine, Master Bonkin.
No, that's an amazing idea.
Be your own superhero. Please, Mistress Kira, what do you have?
I have the thought of seeing if I can do a button activation on a wand so that if he bends his hands, especially if we could get it to shift into
tell
the
us about the
astral.
damn shield.
Well,
Tempest is gonna die.
see, now you've got me thinking about things. It is a shield of temporal guardianship.
Does that ring
It's a
any
time
bell?
shield?
No.
If
yes, no.
Anybody who wants to know if you've heard of it before, go ahead and give me a history check.
I'm
But
good,
I
thank you.
don't know why.
Oh,
Come on.
Wow, look at you two. So this item in particular, you're not like, oh, I know exactly what that is. However, you are aware that some of the relics that were lost, even during your time, I hate to keep saying time so many times, but even during your time, there was like a line of items that were specialized with time based magic. So it makes complete sense that the chronos shard would have interacted with it because its power has to come from somewhere, and this is more than likely one of those lines of items.
Luckily we found that.
Fuck, that's useful. That's probably the coolest thing that we've found so far.
Right?
You think
So-
it'll help us fight a fucking time dragon? Sorry, there's no other way to say time dragon.
It
If it's put
might.
into the right hands. Well, fuck it. You don't even need hands to use this thing.
So, seeing Bonkin's usual glazed eyes, because she said a word with more than 3 syllables. Okay.
It's bonking, not guard talk. Jesus.
That's true.
Normally starts glazing over when I start sciencing.
True.
So most shields, like mine, you have to obviously hold. With this one, once you're soul tied to it, you speak its activation phrase and it will float in front of you. And it will help defend you without you actually having to actively control it. At least as long as you're conscious and able to maintain that. However, once if it's working the way I think it is, it would be once every day. When someone tries to hit you, you can just kind of infuse yourself with the essence of the time streams and just blink out of that moment. And the attack will miss, assuming, you don't lose yourself in the time stream forever. You'll reappear as normal, and...
Hold up!
That
Yeah,
sounds like a
I
big
think-
worry.
I think you
Aegis,
glazed over something there.
Aegis, actually, with your 20, I'm sorry I missed it the first time. You would know that even back then, people said be very careful when utilizing time magic because it can cause issues. You're not sure if they were true stories or not, but there were stories about people who would use a item and use an ability like that and not blink back.
Yeah, I was already playing into, like, that's exactly how Aegis would have already
Yeah.
assumed it.
So, what I'm hearing is I'm the only one who would not risk blinking out of existence because we've already proven that I've succeeded in the past
you
up
just-
until this very point, and that can't be
You-
undone.
You wouldn't blink out of existence. That's not at all a possible side effect of this. You would shift to another point in the time stream.
It's actually true. She's right.
Like-
Sounds like destiny to me.
You mean like you'd like accidentally blink back to like our own time potentially, or
Well, the odds of that happening are nearly infinitesimally small, but it is technically a possibility. It'd be smarter to try and do our
fight a
original
time dragon?
plan. Yes, exactly.
To be honest, if there's a chance of that, I'd like to hold on to this if possible.
There's more of a chance, Bonkin, that if this goes sideways, you end up just like last Tuesday, but 6 centuries over.
That'd be like, there's 2 of me? Or,
No, so, Bunkin, you remember how we came here the first time?
yeah, through the giant.
Think of being able to do that again, but you still can't control where you're gonna end up. Or, I guess I should say when.
That means that the versions of us that you see now would be sans you, and the version you would have seen 2 weeks ago, but 100 years ago, or whatever it happens to be, would be with you, and potentially an additional you from that time, and us all from that time. But we would all still in this time be sans you. Without.
Exactly.
That's what sans means.
But that's very, very slim chance of that happening. For this to have lasted as long as it has, in the shape that it's in right now, very, 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 very small chance of that happening.
Or it means whoever
slim
had it
are we talking?
before was smart and didn't use it often. I've heard the stories of this.
As long as you don't try and use it multiple times a day, you should be fine. If you try and use it more than what it's safely able to, that's when I would expect it would either fail outright and she just stops.
Okay.
Like, what's the amount of times that we can use that?
Once. Use it once a day at most for the temporal shift. For using it as an animated shield, so to speak, that's
Unlimited. If the magic maintains the same as it did 1,000 years ago.
but only in roughly 1 minute stints until you have to reactivate it.
Okay,
Right.
So I have a DM question that revolves around classes and stuff.
Okay.
So, a monk can't use a shield without losing features. If I'm not holding the shield, does that still count as using the shield?
So I think if it didn't require attunement, I might be willing to forego that. But because it requires attunement, you can't trick your spirit into being like, haha, I'm not actually using it. I'm not touching it. So I'm going to say, unfortunately, I think it would still give the same disadvantage.
It's not
gonna
disadvantage. I
ask-
literally lose some features.
Right. Well, that's a disadvantage. But yeah, not like a disadvantage on your rolls, just huge disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
alright.
and another way to think about it too is that the way that the magic item is classified in its tags is armor parentheses shield. So you would still be using an armor parentheses shield.
Right.
In that case, one can be like, right, well, if it's that dangerous, I think someone else should hold it.
Do we need to be proficient with shields to use this thing if it dances around you?
Yeah, for the same reason that
again, it would be armor parentheses
Yeah.
shield.
Yep, for the same reason that he can't use it, I have to keep it fair and consistent. So yeah.
Fuck
That's
that
fine.
limits.
Well, that leaves me out of the lineup then.
Because you're a
Well-
sorcerer. I keep thinking you're a cleric.
Look, if we were to, he might as well be. He's touched by the fucking gods themselves. I could use it, but hear me out. It's going to turn me into an animal. I mean, with my, he looks down at himself, my armor already, plus my dexterous nature, having this thing floating around me is going to make me borderline impenetrable, which could be beneficial for us, but I don't want to be the one seen as the one taking things to make him an invincible, what did I get called in the street the other day? Iron Man? I don't want to be that guy. But I will tell you that I could technically use this. However, if I do, it is going to require me to, Mistress Kira, you're going to have to pull the radiant enchantment off of one of my flails so that my spirit has space, because right now I'm full up. And that would mean with the rest of the items on the table, he points to the cloak and the wand, I'm done. Like, everything from this point forward is for you guys.
I think I'll keep this, but and he holds up the necklace of prayer beads.
Oh, agreed,
But,
100%.
Kira, that will mean the ring is yours once again. And he'll go ahead and take off the spell refueling ring and hand it back to her.
Can you soup up Min? Kira,
I
can you make her a beast?
could. Min's already a beast. An absolute magnificent one. I could. In fact, there's a DM discretion possibility that she could even use something like this.
Like the shield?
She nods.
I wasn't so much thinking of that. And if it's possible, I mean, imagine how
She
Min
might be
would be
fucking
with
with
that
you
cape.
guys.
I was going to suggest the same.
Oh,
The
she said
cape.
discretion. I'll message her.
There are.
Think of how
Min's,
dashing she would look.
It'd be like that dog you showed me, Tempest. What was the name of it? Clito?
What? Crito?
I was making a crypto reference.
Oh. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
What about that dog you showed me?
Yeah, I just
what was it
told her.
called? Underdog? Oh, what did you
Oh,
guys
you said
check
crypto.
out? What-
And some of the energy that I've been diverting towards things like the ring, there's other upgrades that I could make to Min, but it would take some time, at least a couple of nights. Marcus,
well, we
yes,
are
if you
out
want.
of we're out of things to do for the moment unless somebody has another lead, so I'm open to taking a couple days if that's what you need. Look, I'd like us all to be in the absolute most fit, top-notch fighting form that we possibly can be, and that includes Min, and maybe even eventually little Zoopal there.
And if you want
But
to, Marcus, if you're going to attune to the shield, you said, what did you want to shift instead? You said the enchantment on your blades or something else?
Yeah, he pulls the flail out and he sets it down, the radiant enchantment one. You're going to have to remove the enchantment from this because my memory is being eaten up by that. And to be fair, its reactivity capability is wonderful, but I am a very reactive person by nature. I react to a lot of things, and I can't do it very often, so this isn't benefiting me the same way with that reactivity that my own innate abilities would. Because I can't attune from the flails themselves, otherwise I'm screwed. And I've already given up my boots.
She'll nod. I can do that. And that there might be something else I could offer instead that doesn't require a soul tie. I'm not certain though. I honestly haven't been doing much digging into that because, well, the ring, the flails, and then my crossbow. That's already quite a lot to try and maintain. But if you're both wanting to give those up,
Yep.
I'll do some
Yep.
looking.
I just saw it too.
Just so you guys know, D&D Beyond just had a hard crash. Like,
Hard.
503 back-end unavailable, connection timed out, they're, like, done. So
Oh.
don't refresh your page right now, if you can help it.
Sounds good.
Oh no, I was trying to look at my
I
already
am not
things.
gonna I have never seen an error 503 back-end unavailable. I've never seen that before.
I've seen it one time. It is extremely rare for it to happen.
It says it indicates the server's not ready to handle a request. Server's down for maintenance. Their server just went down. They better get it back up quick.
All right. So yeah, Marcus will look at Kira and he'll kind of like take the shield and look at it and says, "If you want to potentially provide me with something else, you're more than welcome to, as long as it doesn't require that slot. But again, if somebody else in this group is capable of doing so, or is capable of benefiting from it more than myself, I mean, and I'm not trying to be pompous here, but I'm very self-sufficient in combat, and I fear for you all the time. So if there's something that can help somebody else, I can at least attempt to, I mean, I don't know. I'm lost sometimes. I worry about you all so very much because I'm constantly being bitten, scratched, having things spit on me, thrown around, and I walk away with nothing.
I will say, Marcus, one biggest thing I've noticed in fights is you don't take spells very well, especially when it comes to that mind, that the the beholder thing, the fucking eyeball thing. I think maybe the cape might be better for you then, in that respect.
In all honesty,
I mean-
it is the one area of weakness for you.
Yeah,
If you want to talk about being unstoppable, that is what would do it.
that's your weakest point. Not to say, obviously, you're not weak, but everybody has their limits, and I think that's yours.
That's true. I'm well aware that it's my weak point. I'm, as much as I hate to say it, I'm strong of confidence but very weak of will when it comes to things like that. The creature, I felt it too. It reached inside my mind and told me we were best friends, and son of
Oh
a
yeah,
bitch,
no,
I had to get my
I'm
best
not.
buddy out of there.
Yeah, I'm not saying. Obviously, I did the exact same thing to me, and it sucked.
You
But,
hit me with that too.
Hey,
Well,
Yeah,
at
it
least you
sucked.
all got the charm. It did that to me, and then it made me go to sleep, and then I was petrified and pissing myself and its best friend at the same time. I didn't know those things could go hand in hand, but there we
You
were.
pissed yourself?
Oh, twice. You can't tell under the armor.
Well,
That's why I had to buy more sweatsuits.
I guess that makes sense then.
By the way, who does our laundry?
That be me.
Oh, thank you, Master Bonkin. I'm
Thanks,
glad you got
Bonkin.
that stain out of there.
Thank you.
As far as that's concerned, I could do that, but then of course we have the question of who will utilize the the shield is too good to not utilize, especially for somebody who is wielding weapons in both hands. That's just
I mean, obviously,
unconscionable not to use it.
Kira can
We-
wield a shield. Is that special? Is that shield you have right now? Is that magical, or is that what's going on with that?
Oh, this one? No, Min
Yeah.
dragged it off of the body of someone that attacked us years ago.
I've never even seen you put
Oh.
that thing on. Have
He
I?
uses it in most fights. Yes.
You fire your crossbow that many times with the shield equipped?
Yeah, it's a hand crossbow. So yes.
On one hand,
Seems suspicious to me, but alright. Didn't even realize you could load a crossbow with your hands holding
well,
the grip
if
of a
I
shield.
needed to reload this one, then that would be
Yeah,
a
she uses
problem.
her
But
magical.
I don't
Oh, it's
carry any
magic.
bolts.
How's your
Hey.
spirit doing? Can it take another slot, or do you have to sacrifice something?
So first I'm going to translate this one out of characterly. Give me like 6,000 XP and I'll have another slot.
Nope.
It would take some. I think I could take something else, but not right away. As I said, right now I've been maintaining that ring, those flails, this crossbow, plus everything attached to my soul, plus Min. I don't think I could right now, but I think with a little bit of time and spiritual reshuffling, so to speak, I could probably manage it.
That was far too much for me to comprehend on a spiritual level.
I think
I
that means
understand.
yes.
Hey,
However,
Yes, but I need time.
okay, easy. See? Wow. We summed it up. Professor Kira Sundama. Let's do this
I'm
then.
thinking I should them all.
Why don't we do this just for the time being then? Why don't I'll hold on to the shield for now.
I think it would suit you better. You're on our front line. Most of the time, things don't hit me that often, and Min and
True.
I share any attacks anyway.
and despite you not primarily being in our front lines, you've went down. Marcus hasn't.
That was a miscalculation. Min got hit harder than I was expecting, and it backlashed painfully. It's
Well-
the price that we pay sometimes.
That's fair. And miscalculations happen. What I will tell you all is that the day I go down in combat, we are either in a lot of trouble or we are in the best shape of our lives, and there will be no in between. If I take this shield, though, and I forfeit the mantle, which is fine for now, because anybody can benefit from that, then, Master Aegis, I'd just like to ask that as we move into future combats, please keep an eye on me. If you happen to catch an enemy spellcaster preparing to beguile me, or chain me, or just assault my will in any way, shape, or form, and you notice that I cease acting normal, please come to my aid as quickly as possible, because I guarantee you I will be there for the entire duration of that spell.
I
Well,
can
it's
help you out
funny-
with at least some charm
It's
effects.
it's funny you say that, Marcus. Just before you use that cloak to go ahead and get you two out of there, I was about to go ahead and use a suggestion to try to break you out of it.
That's clever.
It is clever.
That's very clever. And yes, Master Tempest, I also, the music you were playing, it had actually called me back from the brink of the beguiling from that beholder. Is that something you can do all the time?
Yeah.
That?
Yep.
You can do it right now if you
Okay.
want.
No, I mean,
That's-
well, I'd love listening to you play. I mean, if you
Okay, I'll do it right now.
wouldn't mind, of course.
I'd like to hear on your bagpipes if you have them.
Oh, please
Oh,
go.
they're in the trunk upstairs. I haven't really been taking care of them.
He had that in his back pocket.
They maybe got a
Alright.
little bit moldy.
So if we shift
Looking at
my...
Kira when he was saying that, expected like a lashing out of that.
Nope, she's focusing on the thought of all of the hey, can you guys just change these enchantments casually things? She's going, sure, yes.
She loves her work.
Of course, but that doesn't mean it doesn't take time.
True. Alright, so we've situated the shield. How about this mantle? Who's taking the mantle? It could literally benefit any of us. Does anybody have slots in the spirit available to accept this? This is a
I
very
mean-
strong magic. I mean, we paid
I could-
30,000 for this thing.
I could trade out my illusion flute for the mantle, I suppose.
Here's the other thing that we have to remember. That is a very powerful item, like you said. Perhaps we go on over to the shop.
I'd fetch a good price.
Might fetch a price. Might be able to trade it for some things.
What
With
things
the-
do we need, though? This is good. I mean, this makes you resistant to all magic, full stop.
Aye.
Hostile. That's
This is something that I think would be better utilized by our group than sold in the shop.
And
It would
That's fair.
fetch a very pretty bit of platinum, but some things are worth more than just coin. And Tempest,
So-
if you could make use of this, or if someone else could, then that would be better. And we're not exactly short on funds at the moment.
That's fair.
And I'm not
Uh,
I'm not saying anything against that. It is a very powerful item. I agree. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, this is kind of a true statement for all things. If we don't have use for an item, we could just bring it on over to the shop. See if Umi could make use of it, or even just sell it in the shop and we trade for something.
fair.
just for future
And-
reference, yeah.
Yeah, yes, and I agree with that, and I'll take a note on that mentally too, because obviously we're not going to hold on to something just for shits and giggles. If we can make use of it somewhere else, or bring things to Umi. Plus, we get great discounts from her now. So, like, if there is something we're in need of, we need to utilize her exclusively if we can help it.
So I have a question for Candace here. I currently have the Cloak of Many Fashions on. I would have to choose one or the other, right? If I were to wear this mantle, I'd have to get rid of the Cloak of Many Fashions. Or...
No, I would say no, because number one, the cloak of many fashions, it kind of turns into whatever you want it to be, which I believe you have as a suit right now.
Yeah, totally naked under here, by the way.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But no, I would say because it's I'm not picturing it as an MMO where you only have specific slots. I mean, if Bonkin wants to wear 10 hats, he can certainly try. Good luck keeping him on during combat, but he could certainly wear 10 hats if he wanted
Challenge accepted.
to.
No, I'm not putting on 10 hats.
Next thing you know, we see Bonkin go into combat, just 10 wizard hats stacked on top of each other.
And somebody casts Gust. Oh no, my hats!
Makes me want to get one of the adhesives. I think they were a 3-5 item, not a 5e one. but the ones that you need, like the super special
Okay.
solvent
Oh.
to be able to separate the items. The like
I think it's universal.
Oh yeah, universal.
So-
the
solvent.
magical
universal
super glue.
solvent, but yeah.
Quick clarification. Here's what I'll say. Kevin looked it up, and it does say that they're both technically classified as cloaks. So,
Okay.
if you want to wear both of them, then the mantle will have to show. It won't hide underneath your cloak.
That's actually exactly what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it would be completely hidden under there.
Yeah. So that's my my obligation to it is because I mean you guys are in a weird place where fashion's kind of crazy, so maybe it's a new fashion statement, but that yeah.
All the youth with their crazy fashions. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll hold on to the mantle for now then. For the record, I still think that Marcus probably benefit the most out of it being the one up front. But yeah, okay, I'll hold on to this.
But I'm still taking that down as a note. And if somebody in the future, look, he pounds on his armor. I'm well armored. I'm capable of throwing up barriers of psionic energy to protect myself. This shield will only make me better at that. But if somebody in the future is capable of utilizing it, all you need to do, and this is just for everybody's reference, is say, Marcus, I need that, and done. There will be no questions. It is yours. Period. End of story. I know that regardless of my kit, my military kit, of my battle kit, I succeeded already. I'm done. My destiny is written. So if you need it, you ask me. That includes money, food, water, anything. You want my boots? I'll give you my boots. I've already given a pair away. I have sweatsuits. Some are piss-stained, but I'll give them to you if you want them.
If you
Oh,
want, you
thanks.
can put them outside your door, Mr. Marcus. I'll wash them like that.
Speaking of, I'll
His
be
suits?
doing another round of maintenance on things tonight. Armor, weaponry, etc. We've taken quite the beating over the past few days, and we'd like to make sure we are in tip-top shape there.
Mr. Tempest, if a ring is more your style, I don't mind trading the ring at spell storing for the cape. Then at least I can be a bit resistant to magic, and you can be.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that'd be fine, sure.
Say Rue.
All right, I will do that.
Also,
And
Agent.
Tempest wouldn't
Oh,
be a
go
bad
ahead.
one. Tempest wouldn't be a bad one to have the ring either. You're the one that.
Aegis, you cut out.
Oh, Tempest would be the best one to have that ring. Now that I think about it, flying around everywhere.
Put some extra healing into it.
Revivify.
Yes.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm.
Yeah, so it already has one in. I'll put this. I'll list the spells it already has, and then take it off.
Make sure if you take the item that you just put it in your inventory, or remove it. And what about this wand of... What Mr. Secure, would you say it was a wand of spiderwebs?
Oh, Wand of Web, yes.
Web. I'm not familiar with that magic. Can anybody utilize this? I definitely don't want it. If we don't want to use it, maybe this is something we can bring back to... maybe we can bring to Umi and see if we can just trade it or get a credit for it.
Get it.
So this is another item that would require soul tying.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what was that, Aegis?
Question for you. If you had to guess, and I don't know how good you are as far as coinage on it, but what would you say this is worth?
Well, we just paid 8,000 gold for it, I can tell you, because I'm the one who did the haggling.
Well, that's fair. We have other factors to consider when going over to Umi.
Finder's fees.
In truth, I would trust Umi to be able to give us a fair deal on it. She looks almost sad for a moment, and then she kind of shoves the emotion away. I didn't do a lot of direct pricing or haggling with the public.
That's fair.
Now,
I know it's
one
your expertise, so I figured maybe.
no, there were others that people weren't afraid to be in the same room with that did that instead. But if we did go back to Umi, your idea of men wearing a cloak might not be a bad idea. If we could get something to offer her a little bit more protection, or if I could maybe enchant her vest, that's becoming a bit of an issue. She's not able to keep up with some of the blows that are coming towards us, and that's hurting both of
You guys will
us.
have to try.
So that's an area I need to focus on. She, to my little bit of surprise, she was able to
Yeah.
take the, what item was that? Sorry, 1 second. Cat's looking for Min's inventory. She was able to take the insignia of claws, no problem. She should be able to carry something else as well.
But that was something you enchanted her with your own
No,
artificer.
the insignia is something that we picked up from Umi.
Was it made specifically for constructs? Because regardless of how we toss the name around, she's no living creature. She's a construct. She was created. Can she actually, via her own spiritual means, awakening, capability, attune to an actual magic item? Or is it going to be a waste?
From what I've been able to tell, and it's not something I'm even fully understanding how it's possible, but yes, I think she's able to activate and attune herself to items.
And Kira, you would think back to when the insignia was placed on her. Umi used a like industrial strength magnet to stick it to her. So just keeping that in mind while you're kind of going through this, and
Yeah, 'cause I didn't make her with thumbs, but
right.
but it has, unless I've been messing that up, she has been utilizing that, correct? Successfully?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
So maybe
Yeah.
the other question is going to be though, can she utilize the same number of spiritual required items as something that is completely 100% sentient?
I don't know. I never thought that she'd have been able to do that. It was, in truth, a bit of an experiment, and
All right,
she's
well, fuck it, then we experiment tonight. We'll give her some magic boots and a cloak. Throw it on her and see if it does, because we know that she's at least got one on her right now, and if she can get two more, we know that she's at least as good as us, if not better.
well, there's something I want to try with her, but if there's at least one more item that she could wear, sure. I want
Strap
to
the
see
wand
if
to
I
her
can.
head.
No.
That would be hilarious. Do it. Put it in
No.
her mouth.
No. You don't.
Min?
No.
No, strap it to her tail.
Oh,
You
that's even funnier.
have you ever seen what happens when she gets upset?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you really want that? Min, she switches to
Little bit.
Elvin. I love you. No. Absolutely not. You are not getting a wand.
Marcus gives her like 3 metallic taps on the head with the tip of the wand. Tink, tink, tink. Do you like this, Min?
She looks kind of back and forth between Kira and Marcus. When you tink her, you said you tinked her on like the head with it?
Yeah, just like bink, bink, bink.
She looks up at you, the cat-like annoyance that she often has. But she doesn't do the tail flick that she normally does when she's actually annoyed.
Okay.
So she might be interested.
Marcus will just set the wand down. Marcus sets the wand down because I'm not about to have that thing blow a bunch of web all over this room because I ain't cleaning that up. But I will pull a piece of pocket bacon. I'll go through my pockets and go, fuck, I ate a lot of bacon during that cage match. Oh, here we go. And I just kind of give her a crumb.
Like that, as Min goes for it. That's not something she was designed to be able to do.
I know. Marcus switches to Elvin. She's also not supposed to have feelings or think, but I've been in there and there are things happening that should not.
Well, some of that in Elvin, some of that goes through her and into my mind a little bit.
Marcus says, he switches to common and he goes, "What the fuck?"
Oh, did something happen?
What happened? You guys were
Did
being
you-
all.
What do you mean it goes to you? Have you
It's,
been aware of me being in her head this whole time and not said anything?
sometimes
Oh, fuck me. Well, disregard all those weird messages I was sending her. I was just trying to figure out the whole bacon thing and the spirit
What
and
were
maybe
you
like a mine.
sending, Min?
It wasn't anything weird. It wasn't anything weird. Well, okay, it was... okay, fuck it. It was a little weird. I've been trying to figure out just how sentient she is, because there is something about this entity that is unlike any other construct I've ever seen before in my entire life. And by the way, I'm old as fuck and have transcended many timelines and many planes of existence. And this is an anomaly among her structure.
she was.
She feels things.
To be honest with you, it probably isn't anything weirder than what Mr. Tempest sends us.
It's fair.
Min was made in when I needed her. It's kind of a her brow furrows a little bit. It's kind of a blur actually, but she's changed since we've been here, and it's like I can feel distantly when you're trying to connect to her. It's I'm aware of it, but it's muddied. It's just like I can usually tell when she's hurt or away or anything like that. But it's all different. I don't know.
Probably the 5G.
I'm not a 5G.
Well,
Are
she
you a
was-
5G? Wait,
She was trying to
what the
get
fuck is a
to
5G?
one of my phones the other night, and I think she was trying to unlock it. So maybe.
Right.
Sorry to bring up a kind of a sensitive question here, but say something happens to Min, are you able to rebuild her? Like she goes down, like irreparably.
Oh, that
Sorry,
would never
I
happen.
I know.
she
I'm
went
sorry. This is a big one, but I'm just curious.
Before I would have said yes if it came down to that. I always try and keep some of what I am able to do set aside to repair her if something happens. But with everything that's happening now, if she were to be utterly destroyed, I don't know. Just like
Can
I
we
don't know if
revivify her? Is that a thing? Can we, as long as
normally
we
it
have
would,
like a piece of her?
normally I would be able to theoretically reinfuse her with some of my essence, but I don't know. She's not the one I made before. She's gone beyond that.
The good thing is, we don't need to worry about that. If you are not aware, I saved a rock twice from disintegration.
No, you
Min-
saved the rock.
I did save the rock. Dwayne the Rock Johansson, in fact, who is now a garden ornament for our abode. I will not let Min be disintegrated. I promise you that. I'd rather infuse part of my own soul to keep her alive, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Because she's one of a kind.
So is Professor Sundama.
This
One of
is-
a mind.
Yeah, but Sunamar's
No.
creepy as
I
fuck.
got it.
I like that one.
Thank you, my fellow intellectuals.
That was good. That was good.
Did you
Kira,
put the bonk in who else?
Kira, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Is it against the dad joke?
Yeah,
I
give
will
me.
just. I was gonna say I'll just voluntarily
No.
fail that.
No,
let
give me a
No.
wisdom saving throw.
Say,
Okay. Oh yeah.
Bonkin will
Love it.
kind of just.
This is a
I love
fucking
that look.
birthday gift today, by the way, from my son.
That's amazing.
that's great.
Bonkin's gonna go over to like Min as you guys are talking, and as Marco says, we make sure that she doesn't get hit. I saved the boulder for fuck's sake. He's just gonna go over and like crouch down and pet Min with definitely a bacon in the other hand. Just kind of go. It's all right. Like Mr. Marcus says, we'll keep you in more than one piece.
And she'll like lean into the hand that's petting her, but only to move toward the bacon and forces you to pet the rest of her. It takes the bacon and then kind of moves away. I would be a really good cat.
Typical fucking cat.
So what I'm hearing is you're gonna play Familia.
That reminds me, Mistress Kira, do you still have that diamond we can give Master Aegis so that he's
Oh.
in possession of it?
Yeah, absolutely. She's gonna open the bag, which I think still has the light on in it.
Yeah, so as the bag of holding opens, the light just like shines bright out of it and shines bright like a diamond as you're looking for the diamond. Yeah.
Especially
Hold
with
on
the
a sec.
time gem light coming out.
Yep, that's what the beacon of light that immediately comes from the bag is.
You open the bag of holding, and Tempest starts singing Manfred Mann's Earth Band.
Oh God.
Blinded by the light.
And then you lift out the diamond, and then it turns
God
into a
damn you.
disco.
Kira, give me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm feeling sibbly.
Yeah, I know. Okay, you see a flash as it opens. You see a flash of that terrible face in your vision. It's not there for I shouldn't say face, but the figure. It's not there for very long. Just as a reminder for everyone.
No, oh, thank you so much.
I just immediately clicked out of that bullshit.
He sighed too.
Nope, I did. I was like, man, fuck you. I'm trying to update my character sheet. Get out.
Yeah, so that appears in front of your face just for a second, and you're able to kind of shake it off. But the flash of that kind of, he was already knocking. So
So Kira, like, yeah, and she reaches a hand to the pouch at her side. She opens it. A light comes out of the bag, and she just stumbles backwards, just half step, not like all the way into the wall or anything. There's a very quiet but unmistakable Elven word, the one that translates across every language. She shakes her head. Diamond. Yeah, diamond. And then she goes for the actual 1,000 gold piece diamond and handshaking just a little bit, pulls it out.
Marcus, you definitely would notice the change in her stature. You would notice, maybe even just because you've connected with her before, you would feel sort of the discomfort that she felt in that split second.
She's reaching into the bag with the light coming out?
When the light comes out, yep.
I was about to say, would Aegis have recognized that, maybe?
Yeah,
Same
probably.
with Tempest,
yeah,
yeah.
if you guys are watching her, you would definitely notice the retraction almost for that split second. And then she seems like she tries to get it back together, but y'all know what she's been seeing, so.
Could I insight to see if it was just the reaction to the light or it was more?
Yes, go right ahead. I figured.
I mean, otherwise you're gonna get a pat on the back and be like, "You all right, Miss Kira?"
Fuck!
I don't know why it rolled twice. That was weird.
Well, we'll take the first one for
Whoa.
sure. That's a little.
Okay, you need to
ridiculous.
stop watching that closely.
Aegis, are you gonna insight too?
No, I think he would just leave it at that, knowing the retraction.
Yeah, not prod. Okay, yeah, Tempest. So, you would definitely notice that was not just a, oh shit, that's a bright light kind of reaction. There's something else happened there. Did maybe she poked her finger on something, but that was not just the light, startling her.
You okay, Kira?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm. It's
Uh-huh.
a super unconvincing anything. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good. Sorry.
Thank you. Can you give me another wisdom saving throw, Kira, please?
Coming hard and fast now.
Oh shit.
Maybe not.
You can feel a familiar presence in your mind. It's Marcus. He's smiling. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's either Marcus or a demon, and I don't know which scares me more.
No, you would, as you feel the presence in your mind, you would see Marcus's finger tracing a pink rune on the edge of the table, and his eyes are very clearly flashing pink, and as he's looking at you, but he's dead silent.
Yep. Well, Marcus is in her brain now.
No, I'm not.
Everybody up in her brain.
Yeah, you can feel him probing, but you succeeded against the what he was trying to do. So it's very surface level, like he's maybe just checking on you, but not the depth that has been before.
Okay. Yep. She's gonna look up, just a brief little. Was that what I? Okay, not gonna ask, because if I ask, you ask.
Good, then we'll just leave it alone.
Yep. Aegis, the
She's
diamond.
like, yes, let's leave it alone.
Hey, thank you. And he'll go ahead and take that and figure out exactly how he's going to go ahead and carry this thing.
Is that going to be what you need? Did I hear that you might need to split it?
Yeah.
Did we want to go back to the jeweler?
That's what I was thinking already.
Probably a good idea. Also, my thoughts on this wand, since nobody's entirely interested in it. I know, Master Aegis, you asked Mistress Kira what its value would be. I know we paid 8,000 for it. My opinion is, even if we broke even, let's say we brought it to her and she said it was worth no more than 8, but she would give it to us flat. Let's just assume. Would we rather it have been surrendered to us and then broken even to potentially go into the hands of other do-gooders in this city, rather than having stayed in the underground and possibly gone into the hands of somebody who has malicious intent? I'm fine with breaking even, if it really comes down to it.
We could also reach out to and she's struggling for a moment. To Alpha League.
Commander?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. I said that out loud. Why would we reach out to her for something so mundane like this?
You mentioned other do-gooders. We don't know what else she might have in the armory, so to speak. They might be up for a trade. And if we can establish that with something mundane, it might be something that could be maintained later on.
Maybe, but here's my thought. We have no obligation to the Golden Commander or the Alpha League, and they have no obligation to us. We've just recently made friends with Umi, who is running a small business which was hurting up until we helped. I think it would behoove us to show good faith by bringing her something we're willing to take no profit on, so she could turn something even potentially small for people who are good like us.
I like it. I do need to go back to Alpha League at some point, though.
For what?
I've got to drop
Did I
off
do
a
that
couple
thing
things.
with my face again? I'm sorry.
Hey, well, I assume me and you will probably end up making a trip over there then at some. I know I'm going to be stopping off at the temple, probably here in a little bit.
I could just give you a couple of things that need to be dropped off. I don't need to go there personally, necessarily.
Oh, yeah, I can just drop it off for you. That's not a problem.
Marcus just nonchalantly takes the wand and slips it into the backpack. When you are ready, if anybody wants to go with me, I'll leave. Well, it's pretty fucking late now. Maybe I'll go tomorrow morning.
I would rather, if we go tomorrow, if that's okay.
Oh, I need to go to sleep. Actually, that fucking
Yeah, you
reminds
guys
me.
are kind of beat up. You guys are a little bit roughed up and dirty, so I suggest you probably take a shower and get some rest.
Probably not a bad idea. Candace, I'm gonna go ahead and burn my very final psi point, and you guys would see Marcus. He closes his eyes, and his entire suit of armor flashes pink, and then very Iron Man-esque disassembles itself, pulls itself off in pieces. It takes like a full 10 seconds, but it pulls itself off completely, and then forms a perfectly it almost looks like people who do the stone stacking next to like rivers, stacks itself on top of the table in front of him. The pink will fade, and he'll look over at Kira. You said you were going to be able to do some repairs.
Yep, I'll take a look at that. I mean, help maintain it.
Marcus looks down at his sweatsuit, which is gray, but like a huge part of it is completely red, dark red. I was stabbed like 6 times in that fight, so I should probably go fix
Prestidigitation.
Holy shit. That was quick. I guess all I need to do now is go do my push-ups and take a shower. And get ready to feed Professor Sundam all my nightmares.
Don't forget to leave your clothes outside your door.
I love you guys.
Aegis, you would notice when you when you use prestidigitation on Marcus's clothes, you would look around at the party. Bonkin's still pretty badly injured right now.
Don't worry about
Is
it.
he? Oh, he is. Holy shit.
So actually, kind of
Yeah.
realizing that Min is also going to, she's gonna turn, and she's gonna like bump Bonkin's hand, and it's gonna look a little bit weird. From Kira to Min, there's almost like a darkening, and then from Min into Bonkin, there's a little
Inflict
bit
critical
of
wounds.
nah.
Sorry.
No, that's later.
That's later.
There's a shadow, but it's a softer one. And from Min, there is another 5 points of healing to Bonkin.
Mm-hmm.
As she does
Thank
the
you very
head bump
Mhm.
of, and it just
Yeah.
feels better.
Bonkin will pet Min as that happens. Thank both of you, and he's gonna turn to Min and Aegis. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, and before you finish with your thanks and all that, Tempest is gonna come on over and give you a little boop with the ring to spend that last cure wound in there. You get a whopping 7.
He's way better than he was.
Would you believe me if I told you I'm still not full, but I appreciate it.
I mean, hell, between the three of us, that's an even 30, so that's pretty good.
I can
Could
technically
be better for sure, but
actually, you know what? I can give you 2 more and then put 2 more back into the ring. And then that'll be it for me.
And while that's going, Kira's gonna do I'm gonna go upstairs. See you guys in the morning.
So 14 more.
And assuming she doesn't hear the shower sound yet, she's gonna knock on Marcus's door. Or on the, bathroom door, because that's shut.
Yeah, he's only been up there for a minute. He didn't have to take his armor off because that was already done.
Iron Man.
So, Marcus would, he would open the door. He's not wearing a shirt, and he's just in his underwear. Not the creepy blue underwear that I found, his own underwear. But yeah, he's just in his underwear, and you can see he's still got, there's like this one tiny pinprick under his left pec that's kind of like gnarly and cut open, but besides that, he has no scratches on him whatsoever.
I know you're gonna take a shower, but When you're done, can we talk?
Oh, sure. If it's like really important, you can sit in here. I'll just close the curtain. I'll keep my underwear on if it's that big of a deal. Like, do you need to talk now, or do you want to talk now
No,
and then I
it's
shower,
about
or?
it's about what happened downstairs.
Oh,
Not urgent.
yes. Yes, we should probably talk about that.
Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is going to be a
Go-
less pleasant shower than I was anticipating, but
You were gonna question it while you were showering anyway.
I know. Well, I probably
As this is
shouldn't.
all happening with
Tempest, why am I? Excuse me.
with shirtless Marcus in his underwear and Kira.
Tempest kind of for a moment was like, oh, okay. Oh, moving on.
Tempest just catches. So I know you're trying to take a shower right now, and
Or worse, you can just come in here.
Right.
yeah. No, it's all right. You can just come. Whatever. I'm not ashamed of anything. Come on. Yes.
Your smooth jazz coming from his room.
I'll come see you in just a bit.
Yep, and she nods and then goes to the room.
All
Yay.
Sorry I ruined the moment. I'm just going to bed.
Before Tempest leaves, I think Bonk can kind of turn to these two and go, do you two have anything I need to wash? Or want washing?
I feel like Bonkin looks like this after getting zapped.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Correct. Except even more, like, poofier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut your bangs in the morning again.
Yeah, probably. On a side note, Candace, I have also sent 2 messages.
Okay, thank you.
Marcus isn't doing anything important. He's just showering. So.
Okay. Yeah, if nobody else needs to do anything during that time, then we can, sake of brevity, it to.
Yeah, Bonkin just goes to clean and do any washing if necessary. And then he will go attune to his. He'll send messages to people and then attune to his cloak and then go to sleep. Can I level up now?
Yeah, you guys will be getting a long rest, so go ahead and do that while they're having their conversation.
And for the record, I am breaking down the ring, but I am holding on to that ring as in case I need to enchant something else. I will be removing the radiant weapon enchantment. If Candace gives me the okay on a thing, I might be doing the other thing.
Okay, yeah, I'll get back to you.
Yeah, it's if we're not in combat, it won't really necessarily matter, and if we are, then it just might not be relevant yet.
Yeah, right. Yep.
But the only other thing that I need to do is well, first of all, can I get control of the robot?
I thought I gave you control. Hold on 1 second.
Nope.
Hold on 1 second. There you go.
Awesome. Okay. And I don't think I have anything that has a CD drive at the moment, so can I throw some gold towards ordering either a computer or a CD drive adapter? I would love to do a computer so I can start doing the full-on Oracle setup in these rooms, but
Yeah, that's fine. I'll send you the price and stuff. So we're not
Cool.
doing it here. Yeah.
fantastic. Because I can't do anything with the software until that's a thing. So for now, it's just maintaining weaponry and waiting for Marcus to get out of the shower and hoping he puts on clothes before he comes to the room and party members see.
Fair enough.
Wow, Marcus, you won't believe it. I gained a level in Monk, and guess what I got? Stunning Strike.
Yes.
Yay! Stun those
And
assholes.
extra attack, so I can hit 3 times.
Oh shit! There you go.
Okay, sorry, I had to add some custom actions. Adding the shield does not actually do what I needed to do.
Yeah, I was trying to mess
Which
with
is-
that when it went down.
That's fine. I got it. Look, I am a master of
I know
custom
you are.
actions because a lot of things are just easier to do that way. Okay, so yeah, Marcus will. Actually, you know what? Aegis is back. Aegis, are you doing anything before I jump in
Thank
and
you.
start commanding?
Aegis. Well, actually, DM question. I figure yes, but I'm gonna ask anyways, just to be sure.
Okay.
Does Aegis know how to use his phone well enough to send a text to one of the party members? Because he hasn't actually texted anybody yet. At least not that I can fully think of.
Let's do.
You have done a lot of Googling.
Yeah, you've done a lot of Googling. It's not a matter of can you type, it's a matter of do you know what app to use. So let's just do
Yeah.
an intelligence check.
Worst case scenario, you Google the app.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what I did.
Yeah, you Googled it first. Clearly it informed you what app to use. So yeah, I would say you're fine.
Then Kira would be getting a message from Aegis saying, hey, sometime when you have a moment, I need to talk to you about something.
The response is pretty quick. And I already regret this message.
Oh no.
Because she's distracted, so she sends, I'm waiting for Marcus to get out of the shower right now. But then we can talk after, question mark?
That's fine. There'll be a message that replies back. That's fine. And I'm gonna be good and not say the thing that I want to say is player, because it's not what Aegis would have said. Yeah, he would reply back, that's fine, just let me know when you're ready.
Good thing that message didn't go to Tempest.
Yeah, she sends the thumbs up.
Oh, I see. Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yep. There we go. Thank you for that.
Okay, so I guess at that point, if nobody else has anything, yeah, Marcus would finish his shower. He would come in to the room. He would change into his, we'll call it his green sweatsuit, and he would give Professor Sundamar some lobe scratches. I'd say chin scratches or head pats, but that's non-existent on a brain. So he'll give him some lobe tickles. Nah, we're gonna just leave it alone. He touches the brain, and then he leaves.
Okay. Okay.
I no longer want you to come to our room.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of ashamed of myself. I think that I'll just go ahead and just sit this long rest out. All right, so yeah, we'll say like 20 minutes later, Kira, there's a knock at the door.
Yeah, you're good. When he opens the door, Min's on the bed. Kira's on the floor. His armor, which was neatly stacked out, is currently like it's in pieces around her at the moment. She has a cloth and some oil, and that same smell of she's obviously been working magic is in the room, as she's probably been doing mendings and also just basic oil maintenance stuff.
Oh. Well. My goodness. You are hard at work. I'm assuming you can tell that that was easily the most wounded you've seen me ever. Those guys were not fucking around, and Bonkin punched me in the head twice, and that sucked. He also, did you see? He threw flames in my face. That fucking hurt.
Yeah, the flames were not the easiest the scorch marks weren't the easiest to buff out, but I took care of that. Oh, and you seem to heal well enough from it. So it was a cheap shot, but also honestly, I'm a little proud of him. Like, I was getting worried that he wasn't going to actually throw a punch.
That's fair. Joke's on him. I'm keeping my pockets loaded with sand, so the next time him and I have to go melee, I'm fucking getting his eyes.
Fair play.
Sand is a good option. If you want to mess with it, I have some other things you could use. Obsidian dust works very well for that.
Oh, that sounds horrific. I'm not trying to permanently blind him, just irritate him. The flames didn't do a whole lot to me, and he kind of points at the horns.
Sounds a good idea, then.
Right. So, anyways, he closes the door behind him, and he takes a couple steps forward, and he kind of sits and puts his back, like, partially against the wall.
There's probably a door there now, because I think Bunkin dismantled part of that wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
all
I
right,
gotta pull it down.
I'll sit and put my back against the door.
Yeah, you sit with your back against the thing. It works.
So, obviously, well, first, before we need to say anything, I apologize for not asking for consent and trying to probe through your thoughts. That was inappropriate, but you are strong of will, and I'm glad you kept me out in hindsight because it is not typically how I operate. So, I'm sorry.
I couldn't tell if it was you or it until afterwards. I just felt and reacted.
Good. That means that you are very strong of will, and that is something that I very clearly lack. So that's something you should be commended for. Holy shit! How did this door get here? Fuck me! I just bonked my head on the handle. That was fast.
Oh, we've been working with illusions, Min and I, trying to streamline the downstairs room.
Fair enough.
Thanks for that.
Yes. So, with that being said, though, what did happen exactly? Because we all saw you shift suddenly, and I'm terrified that some component of some crazy monster that you used to craft that bag has infected it in some way, shape, or form, and the magic is impacting you. Am I correct in that theory, or is that nonsense?
I'm pretty sure that one's nonsense. This was nothing new, but poorly timed, I suppose. I saw it again, that thing.
The beautiful woman from your visions?
Thing, not her.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Oh. The thing.
With the long fingers ending in talons
Yes,
and
stop
that face
explaining it.
that,
I'm seeing it all over again in my head. Don't. Yes. Okay. Why did you see that? What happened directly before you saw that? Did you touch something or call upon something?
No, you asked about the diamond, and I went to get the diamond. And then it was there, but it also felt like it was closer than it's been.
What else is in that bag? Anything we should know about?
So no, there's nothing too unusual in it at the moment. Most
Spill
of the
it.
supplies are over there. It's got the crystal in it. I will not just dump it out. So she's gonna open the bag, which means the light's gonna happen again.
Okay.
I don't know if that's gonna be a problem, Candace. So,
She's offline.
oh,
Sorry, I was telling our kids to go to bed. What was it?
Okay.
oh, I'm opening the bag again, which means the
Oh, got it. Hold on a second.
yeah. Because she said, I don't know if you heard any of the conversation so far, but it was I don't know, I was just trying to get the diamond, and then it was there, but it's felt like it's been closer. He went, what's in the bag? She said, I don't know, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, and then opened it. Yeah, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Both of us or just
her?
Oh, thank fucking God.
I
We
think
already
that's
had
a
this
plus
conversation.
one.
I'm
That's
not...
good to know, though. You don't.
You got a better bonus than me. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
You're strong
So-
of will. And then this. Yep.
So this guy shows up and he's reaching out to you. And it's not as so much a flash. It's not as fast as the last time. He's like reaching out at you. as this occurs.
Do I see it or no?
You
It's
don't,
going
but you
ahead?
would definitely see her reaction.
And what is her reaction?
So she goes to, he says dump it. She goes, I'm not gonna dump it. It's got no. But she goes to reach for it. She opens it again. The light spills out and it makes it very, very easy to see as she just goes from, normally she's gray in complexion, but she goes completely pale. She just, there's terror there for a moment and it does not fade as quickly as it was before. She is looking and staring at something and it is not Marcus.
All right, you feel, and you can choose to purposely fail it if you would like. You feel like there's an external source trying to control how you are feeling right now. Are you going to fight it or are you going to give into it?
Considering she's going to have no idea if that's Marcus or the thing, she's going to try and defend herself.
It's a charisma.
Mentally.
Okay, give me a charisma saving throw. All right, so as you start to feel this overwhelming fear as this thing is reaching for you and it's taking up your entire vision, you can't even see Marcus anymore. Suddenly, do you want to explain it?
Yeah, so I'm just making sure that I understand exactly what I'm reading. Okay, yeah, so as like your vision would fade and you're seeing this thing and panicking and turning white, I guess more white than you already are, your
Normally
vision
I'm gray.
your vision would suddenly come back as the entity fades from your vision, and Marcus is literally standing, because when you saw him before he was sitting, he is standing, his palm is out and open towards you, and there are these small pink and purple waves kind of emanating from his palm, and you are completely immune to the fear that this thing was imposing upon you. And he's just saying, "It's okay. It's not real. It cannot hurt you. You are okay. It cannot hurt you."
You can tell definitely as it takes effect, she did do her best to fight that off and thankfully failed. She takes like a shuddering breath and just, yeah, not real. Not real. Yep. Okay. It's not real.
And Min would have stood up on the bed at attention, like trying to figure out what was going on. And then seeing that Marcus has it under control, she'll sit back down, but she doesn't lay down. She's sitting.
So yeah, Marcus will. He's gonna give it the full minute concentration. He's not gonna let up. Even if she seems like she's chill, he's gonna pump every bit of his energy into it, and then he'll let go. And so he'll just keep the waves kind of washing over you with the constant calm and like, okay, it's not real. We're good. We're good. We're good. And when he finally lets go, he very nonchalantly just sits back down against the door. So what the hell was that? The thing? Again?
Trying to reach out for me, grab me, attack me, I'm not sure.
We need to bring that crystal downstairs and lock it up with the other one, I think.
She's a little shaky, but she nods and she's going to start to reach for the bag again, and then she's going to actively stop and unhook it from her belt, and just hand over the pouch for a moment.
Marcus will take it. Marcus will then open it, but he's going to turn away from Kira, and he's going to open it and reach his hand in and try to call forth the chrono shard.
Yeah, you feel the cold shard touches your hand. Kira, you were expecting it this time, so no ill effect. But you feel the gem in your hand, or the shard in your hand, and you don't see the guy. You don't feel anything overcoming you. You feel just fine. It is very, very bright though.
Well, lucky for you, this thing casts all sorts of wonderful shadow.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's something I can't wait to see how the pieces all fit together eventually.
Thank goodness we've got you here to figure that out for us. Marcus will take his backpack off, and he's going to slide the crystal into the backpack and cinch it up to kind of hide the light, because we're not done with this conversation, I don't think. So he cinches it up, sets the backpack down. Have you been having nightmares of this thing still, or is this the first time this has popped up since we had our discussion last?
I've been kind of trying to stay extra busy at night, but it's still kind of been there. It hasn't changed a whole lot. I still see her. I see it more and more. Not like this, though. That's new.
Yes, it is.
Should probably tell the others in case it's something that happens when we're, in the middle of something delicate.
Right. Listen, if this continues to get out of hand, I'm capable of temporarily curbing things like fear or joy, anger, sorrow, whatever it happens to be, but I'm not a long-term solution. I'm a temporary thing. I think you may need to have a legitimate sit-down with Master Aegis and see if there's some way that we can get this thing under control if it continues to be a burden. And if he can't, maybe he knows somebody in the local clergy who does. And if we don't, through and through, with all of our resources exhausted, I'm going to sound crazy by saying this, but I think it's probably time we call this bastard out and deal with him in person so that he can't taunt you anymore, because I think this is a physical entity, some sort of manifestation of your mind, a curse or something that needs to be dealt with sooner than later, especially as we get into more sensitive areas of our progression.
It's trying to, it's like it doesn't like something. I don't know what, but it feels more like a warning. I think.
Okay. Well, let's sleep on it for tonight. And we'll see if there is anybody in the morning over breakfast who can give us more insight on this. I know my magic has worn off, but if you're too afraid to rest, you're welcome to stay in my room if you need to. Just know that Professor Sundamar will be eating my nightmares. He can eat some of yours if you'd like. He's very hungry.
I don't... You can see the moment that it switches into the calculation mode. I don't know if they are considered nightmares for me, for us.
Give me an intelligence check, Kira.
What a ridiculous thing.
No. Fuck it. I'm gonna use my inspiration on this because I want lore. Hear that, dice? I want lore.
Yeah, be a good one. Hey, okay. Oh, you just got a
Thank you, dice gods.
All right, so with a nat, with a nat 20, you're gonna get a lot more than originally I was gonna say. So as you're saying it, you realize, wait a second, I picked up a tome. Yeah. Yeah.
that was already in the cat brain.
Yeah. So now it's in Kira's brain. You picked up a tome, and actually, this might be nightmares. You're welcome to go back and reference those notes if you'd like.
Marcus, do you have my pouch?
Marcus is holding the pouch. Oh, yeah, I do. I'm not entirely sure why I'm still holding this. Sorry.
She's gonna, thank you. No, I might have an idea, actually. You might
Wait, don't
find-
open it! Do you need me to pull something out of there? It's not gonna make you, because I'm out of energy for the day.
It'll be fine. I don't want to wait. I don't want to explain what it is I need you to get.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna open the bag, try and call forth the giant-ass tome. I'm assuming nothing horrible happens when I open the bag now.
No, nothing horrible happens when you open the bag now. There's no light shining out of it. There's no craziness. So.
Damn it! I found my notes. It might be. So she starts flipping through this giant book. Aboleth, Bullet, Beholder, Chimera, Bottle. She starts just rattling off monster names, flipping through it.
Oh no, I was talking about the other tome, the Shadar.
Oh, the other tome. Yeah. Nope, not this one. Then she reaches back into the bag, pulls out another tome.
Holy shit, that's a big book.
This one looks, vaguely familiar in a horrible shadow elf way.
Oh, that's gross.
And looks like a spell book in a
Ew.
horrible shadow elf kind of way.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You might be onto something about the curse thing.
Oh. Really?
You might be. She's gonna flip it around. I'm sorry. I'm still looking for my specific details about it. So there's a ritual. Well, it's an enchantment that can essentially call illusions to try and fracture someone's mind.
Oh. Like something that can sliver their minds, or would like what are we what are we talking about here?
We're talking about where the fuck is my notes?
I got you. Hold on.
Sorry, I have so many. Thank you, you're amazing.
Yep.
So she's going to not put any will into this as she reads it.
Okay.
Make that very, very clear. But she switches into Elven, but it's a different dialect of Elven. It's not the, pleasant, light happiness. And what it translates to is nightly dreams. I invoke horrid visions. Into the minds of my enemies I insert terror. Minds shatter, wills collapse. Darkness of dreams, my power rises.
Oh. You said that so nonchalantly I was convinced I was about to die. Why would you say it like that, first of all? And second of all, why is that in that book?
Because it's a... Well, because it is. She's like trying to find a way to justify why she has this horrible thing, and just because it's there, and I didn't want to actually accidentally invoke the ritual. Not that I think I could without having some less than pleasant components.
So what does this mean to us?
It is theoretically possible that I could be under the effects of this.
we need to go talk to Master Aegis. Because if there's anybody
Probably.
who can detect if you are under the effect of some sort of beguilement or curse or effect from a ritual of any sort of negative energy, I think it's him. I can only probe around in your mind so much, and I've gotten nothing thus far.
Do you want to do that now, or can it wait till morning?
How do you feel? And he glints as he waits for the answer.
Like I'm going to spend the next several hours diving into this other book, this armor, and potentially putting enchantments into Min rather than think about any of the things that I really don't want to.
Good, so perfectly normal. We can wait till morning, no problem. Plus, there will be bacon.
Yeah, Min always looks forward to the morning bacon.
He said something about eggs Benedict. Not sure what that is, but I'm excited about whatever sauce he said on top. Egg Benedict? Beneschmidt?
You know, it
Vict.
sounds
Benevict.
sounds
Eggs
good.
Benevict.
Ex
Yes.
Benefic. That sounds very good. Yeah.
I am
Morning.
ready. Good. Well, like I said, Marcus starts to walk towards the door. I know you don't sleep, but if for some reason you are plagued by nightmares and you need assistance, my door's open. Just knock 3 times and then twice in rapid succession, and Professor Sunamar will not consume your brain when you enter. And he walks out the door and closes it behind him.
So she nods, but as he's walking away, there's just a very soft, and I don't even know if you'd hear it. I don't have any idea how good his perception is, but there's a soft little, I just wish I knew who she was, in Elven.
You want to make a perception check? Candace?
Yeah.
This is not my strong suit. Oh! Today it is!
Hey, yeah, you definitely heard. You definitely heard. Yep.
I'm going to put that in my pocket for right now and take a note.
Okay.
So we go to morning and I don't end up in Marcus's room?
Well, we'll see.
I know.
You don't. You don't. So, you are able, you put your focus so much into your work that you're able to push out any of the other thoughts, any of the intruding thoughts, any of the visions, of good or bad. So she doesn't pop into your mind, and neither does that creature. But you focus so hard on that. And Min is sort of, she usually just lets you do your own thing. She'll let you tinker or whatever. But she's kind of at your side tonight. She stays glued to you through most of the night, putting her vest to work.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
Bonkin,
Maybe not cool, but cool.
I know we handled your stuff, I believe, off screen. Do you have anything else you want to do? Aegis, did you have anything, or Tempest, before the long rest in the morning comes?
Sleep time.
Okay. Tempest, you would have that familiar singing in your mind, the comforting singing and the feeling of just kind of floating in warm water. And now it makes sense to you because you've been to her realm a couple of times. That's kind of where she's trying to transport you when you're sleeping. It's just you can feel that comfort from there, and your little guy just hangs out with you. I mean, he's there. He's there, and he's...
I was definitely going to ask if Suple's always there with me, just kind of floating in my dreams.
Yep, he's floating in your dreams, and even if you dream about something non-water related, he's like there, so you can tell there's kind of a connection there between the two of you, whether it be spiritually or otherwise.
And just as a point of note, I did hang the dream catcher on the window.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah, that one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep. It probably
I
looks
like
almost
this
exactly like that
image.
in the morning. Yeah, it's nice.
I need to make
At
one of
least
those
one
in
of
real
us
life.
gets happy shit all the time. I'm dealing with squid people. Kira's got shadow fucking demons. Bonkin has got a daughter who's MIA. Aegis, well, we don't want to go there. And fucking Tempest is just like,
We don't-
butterflies and
Loving the future.
rainbows and
This is
sirens
great.
and dragons.
He did all his dark shit in his past. He does.
Yeah, just wait, just wait. She's gonna take something
All the-
away from you so important.
What?
As long as we don't have to sit through the breakup, we'll be good.
Oh,
God.
we're not gonna sit through anything. We're gonna flood through the breakup.
Gonna take you to her watery realm, and everybody's just gonna drown.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
my god.
Okay, and Aegis, you said you're just going night night.
Yeah, he had sent off the text, so
I
after
would,
that would
yeah, I actually did forget about that. So there would probably be the if in the morning's okay, that'd probably be better. I've got some things I need to sort through, and she'll take a picture of Marcus's dismantled armor and send that, as if that's the only thing she has to sort through.
Who'd you send that to?
To Aegis in response,
Oh,
because
oh,
she had
okay.
a text.
Yeah, he had asked to meet with her.
As
And
long
she's
as
like,
it's not lazily strewn throughout her room, we don't have anything to worry about.
Marcus, did you take the chrono shard to your room?
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, it's oh, you know what, though? Marcus is really smart. I would have brought it downstairs, and I would have placed it in the same room as the Ethereum crystal. I would
Okay.
have just probably
Hold on, let
put
me.
it on.
You place
boy.
it where you want to place it.
Okay.
Is that also where you place the fossil? Let's be honest.
No, the fossil's in my trunk, you jackass.
Oh, where did it? Oh, there it goes.
I
It's in,
love
uh,
that
sorry.
Sundamar's on your
I got
bed,
it.
like
I
you're
got it. I
cuddling
got it.
him.
He's on my chest, eating my nightmares. Alright, yeah, it'll be like, we'll
Hate
put
it.
it like right there, because it's just another, well, I'll put it over on the left one, because I just,
Okay, so
there we go.
as you so okay, so you move the Ethereum. All right, so as you place it right next to the Ethereum crystal, you feel like something weird just came over you. You start moving real slow.
While the two of them are touching,
When
like,
they're
next to each
right,
other?
when they're within 5 feet.
Okay, so when I've got them like there,
That's when
they-
you're moving in slow motion.
and there's no way for me to resist it. It just
It just happens.
Okay, hold on. Let me take a note here. God
Uh-huh.
damn you.
I just watched Aegis like get the laugh come over. That happens to me all the time with him.
Marcus has to spend the rest of the night moving the crystal in slow motion.
Well, if he moves it,
Okay.
yeah. So
So hold on though. Marcus is gonna test this,
Sure.
and he is going to move. He is gonna move as far away from it as he can until he begins to move normally, because Marcus is a very smart man. And
Yeah.
he knows how to test this hypothesis.
so when you get right here, you
Yeah.
can start moving normally again.
Okay, so it's 5, 10, 15 feet.
Yep. Type some wrong.
Okay, got it. Then I will move them more than 5 feet away, and he's just gonna see what happens.
So as soon as you move this one to that spot, the slow motion stops. So when
Okay.
they're right next to each other, within 5 feet of each other, I mean, it was just slow motion. Like you're like, oh shit. And then as soon as you move it over to the other one, you're like, oh shit.
And that was at 100% absolutely no way to resist
Correct.
it. Like, he is fighting as hard as
Yeah.
he can, and it's just no, fuck you.
Yep.
Okay. And that's why, kids, we don't play with artifacts. So Marcus will separate the
Tears
crystals.
dismantling artifacts in her room.
What does this piece do? All right, Marcus will take that note, and he will go back to his room and let Sundamar eat his nightmares.
All right, yeah, and he does.
Because there's a lot of nightmares to be had.
Yeah, so between everything you guys have dealt with in the last 24 hours, and fighting and having to fight Bonkin, which you really did not enjoy doing. And even especially the part where you ended up killing executing the one chick. That part does pop back into your mind because it didn't feel good. You didn't enjoy doing it. So he eats all of that, and then the final nightmare is the image of that terrible creature, which you didn't see, but just talking about it brought it back to your mind.
And then I sleep like an angel because he eats them.
Yeah, you're good. You're well rested in the morning. You don't need sleep, Kira. Anything?
Marcus, when you wake up, there's like folded, like a laundry there. You feel like if you got it earlier, it might have been still warm, but not anymore.
But it still smells like dryer sheets.
It does.
Oh, hell yeah. Marcus takes a big fucking whiff.
Your armor would also be there, smelling of, oil and the good armor oil.
So at 4:30 in the morning, Marcus opens the door, takes a big whiff of his freshly laundered clothes, a big whiff of his freshly repaired and oiled armor, and then reaches his
Zupo's
head
definitely
out.
there too, by the way.
Ah!
I'd like to think he was under the clothes.
Exactly.
Smells like dryer sheets and dragon.
Yeah, he's like, ah! Why are you... Have you smelled these?
He was
Kinda just
probably laying under them, or on top of them, or under them, or something. So
Like
yeah, he's
inside of
probably
them,
all
yeah.
snuggled up. Yeah.
And that's why they're cold.
Zupal, have you met Professor Sundamal? Would you like to come in and meet my friend?
You met him on the first day, but you,
think he did.
you probably
Oh,
would
he
feel like the recognition, like the thought of recognition, feeling of recognition, I guess.
Yeah, I think it says that he does it through images, so it could even, since he's Tempests, it could even be like a thumbs up emoji that he sends to you.
Exactly. Yes. Thumbs up emoji, brain,
Yeah.
tentacles. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Marcus gets kind of weirded out by it, and he's like, you have been hanging out with Master Tempest for too long, which is ironic because it's been very
Eggplant.
short. Ah! We'll see you downstairs for breakfast, buddy. And Marcus will pat him on the head and close the fucking door. Then I'll do my morning 150 push-ups and then go downstairs for breakfast. Because I'm sure as I'm talking to Zupal, I am
Yeah, but boy.
inhaling the scent of bacon from downstairs,
Definitely.
or sausage, or whatever breakfast meat. Oh, maybe chorizo. I don't know. I'm getting myself excited right now. Whatever it is, Master Aegis is cooking up.
At this point, it would probably
You cut out.
it'd probably just be the bacon for right now, because of the fact he's trying to get all of that and the pocket bacon all prepped up. Then we'll get into actual breakfast.
I think Kira's also gonna head downstairs early because she wasn't sleeping. She's not in her room. She knows what this morning has to be. So she follows like a minute and a half later at most.
Okay, yeah, so go ahead, Bonkin.
Bonkin just out of habit would wake up early, but he does seem like a bit more tired just because he stayed up a bit later last night doing a lot of stuff. Because I'm guessing it's not possible to sleep and attune to an item.
No, yeah, you'd have to be... that's why it's a short rest, because that's usually rest as opposed to sleep. Unless you're tuning to a pillow. I would allow that.
I don't have any slots for the pillow, sadly.
Oh, yeah, well...
See, now I want a common magic item that is just a pillow that I can attune to.
Makes you
sounds
sleep
really good.
instantly. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
All I can think of is Seven Deadly
I
Sins,
want that
though.
in real life.
King.
Yes.
King from Seven Deadly Sins.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys find yourselves. Some of you find yourselves downstairs. Bonkin went into the Nether. There he is.
Morning, how's everyone doing?
Wonderful,
Back up.
actually. Master Bonkin, quick question for you, and I know this may sound kind of strange. I was dreaming about it last night, and then it shifted to a nightmare, and Sundama ate it very quickly, but I made him regurgitate it back into my mind when I woke up because it was just one of those strange things I needed to know about. When you and I were in that cage match, you shouted suddenly, what did you say about my daughter? And then you got crazy angry. But the thing is, Master Bonkin, nobody said anything about your daughter, so I'm just wondering, what happened?
I think he'll kind of rub out the other eye and be like, "What? No, Mr. Tempest said that someone insulted my daughter. Aegis, not Tempest.
Oh.
Mr. Aegis wouldn't lie to me. It just took me a while to realize because I've been in a fighting pit before and it wasn't a great time."
Yeah, Marcus blinks and looks at like the back of Aegis's head cooking bacon, and he goes, actually, no, he's not going to say it out loud. Marcus will press into Aegis's mind, and he's going to say, did you tell Master Bonkin telepathically somehow? Or did you shout it and I missed it that his daughter was being insulted?
He would respond back, and you hear just the most plain monotone.
You cut out.
You just hear the most plain and monotone voice that you've ever heard come out of Aegis. We were in the underground. Sometimes you gotta fight dirty.
Marcus nods visibly, and Aegis, you will hear him say, fuck me. Well done. And then he will say out loud, I thought I heard that too, Master Bonkin. I'm glad that you caught it. Actually, I'm glad that Master Aegis caught it, because we can't let people go hurting our loved ones when they're not here to defend themselves.
Yeah, I didn't hear him say it, but he did look pretty angry after the battle.
Yeah, he did after I smashed his head in. That was, yeah, he was not having a good time, was he? Ah, is that bacon? Master Aegis, what are you making? What is that?
Here is the freshest of the bacon. And he'll hand that tray over. And then on the actual stovetop, you would see that he's getting the eggs started for Eggs Benedict.
Oh, I am so excited for your eggs, Jenna-kicked. Whatever that, what they call it?
It's Benedict.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. That's not a language I'm familiar with. What is the origin of that? Is that Elvish or Gnomish or... Is it Halfling? No offense, I'm curious. We don't have that where I come from.
DM, this is a question I did not expect to answer as the party's chef. What form of cuisine does Eggs Benedict fit into in a D&D setting?
Hold on a second.
Gotta be an elf thing. No,
Completely
elf for
different
sure.
direction.
Yeah,
All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to.
it's a goblin thing.
Perfect. That's it.
I'm sold.
There's just a goblin called
Watch it be
Benedict.
something crazy like a drow thing.
Yeah.
Dwarven.
I was thinking dwarven nobility specifically.
Yes, it's like fancy dwarven cuisine.
Okay.
Yep.
And this is gonna be super weird. I'm also thinking merfolk royalty, like fancy merfolk, because they import like sea or land eggs for it.
Yeah. Well, it's still a dwarven recipe, though. Its origin is dwarven in nature.
Originally comes from the dwarves.
No shit.
Hey,
There's a people that I have not spent much time with.
Oh.
Ever.
you ain't had that cooking yet. Let me tell you, it's something special.
It may be something special, Master Aegis, but in all my years, yours has been easily the most hospitable.
I think that.
Master Aegis, since Mistress Kira is here, I was wondering if maybe we can have a brief, if not open, conversation about something. Mistress Kira, if you're alright with that.
Yep. She reaches into the bag, pulls out the coffee, downs what should be like half of it. Okay.
Nope, hold on. I scoot my mug towards Kira.
She will pour him a mug of coffee. In fact, she'll Aegis, did you want some?
Marcus, really quick, when you had said that, you would have seen probably both of you would have seen Aegis freeze for like just half a second, like, okay, let's just keep moving past. But
Kira, roll a d20 for me, just a straight d20.
Is this a nice D20 or a mean D20?
Okay, you're good.
He
I swear,
will
if
go
I break
ahead
my coffee cup by sharing.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Aegis.
he would go ahead and respond. No, thank you.
Bunkin,
Well.
did you want coffee?
Sure, I didn't sleep as much as I normally do. I'd like some.
And she'll tisk her tongue, and Min's going to do what I'm sure she's not supposed to. But Min goes over to the cabinet, goes up, medium-sized creature, so goes up on the back legs to reach for the upper cabinet and grab a mug like with her mouth, hops back down, and brings it over to the table.
If you wanted a mug, I could have just gotten it for you.
What the fuck was that?
Well, thank you, Min.
Didn't wanna get up.
Uh,
He does that all the time to grab tools and stuff.
Oh. Okay. Master Bonkin, your sleep situation last night, was it nightmares?
No. I had to get used to this thing, and he's gonna point towards the mantle around him. As well as do your laundry, and I guess I started cleaning my room at some point.
Oh.
Something some of us don't do. He's definitely gonna give like a glance to Kira.
My rooms are spotless at the moment.
Rooms.
Well.
I don't believe that.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
No, I think his response will actually be like a sure thing.
Yeah, I
Better not do it again.
cleaned up this morning after finishing up Marcus's armor and removing the enchantment from the ring and the flails.
On that note, and I do mean this honestly, thank you, Master Bonkin, for taking care of my laundering, and Mistress Kira for taking care of my armor repair, and Master Aegis for ensuring that I actually eat something halfway decent and don't die of starvation in this cruel, cruel world. I do really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot.
Bonkin's just gonna smile and well, I guess move here despite his range. He'll give you a pat on the back and smile and go, "It's all right. We take care of you like a family should. After all, you pay for the house."
I suppose that's fair, but sometimes I feel like the child that was born with a lame leg, and everybody just needs to take care of me and smile and grin through it, because a lot of things I'm just kind of incapable of myself. I've
You
been
make
trained
barriers with your mind and protect all of us from certain death time and time again.
touche, but getting shot in the face and having the reactivity to prevent that versus making sure I have bacon and clean clothes. damn it. Okay, never mind. You're
You
right.
also helped me think ways to improve myself. Like for example, he's gonna like make this like weird fist movement that he normally doesn't do, and he's gonna move backwards so he doesn't hit anyone, obviously.
Yeah, Marcus ducks immediately.
And
He's been punched in the face one too many times, and that was
Pretty
once.
sure Min also ducks when Marcus does. Min moves with Marcus and like drops to the ground, reacting to his movement. Kira doesn't move at all, which is weird.
But he'll make this weird gesture and kind of hit the air, and it's like it's as if there's just some astral spark effects kind of just in the air he was, and it seems like the air just kind of pauses for a second and then resumes.
The fuck? Master Bonkin, was that magic?
No, it's just a technique I kind of came up with. It helps stun me enemies a bit. I got it from watching you stunning the woman with that guy by pushing him into the cage.
Oh. Just to be clear, that was not my ability. I just threw him into the cage, and the electricity stunned him. So I just want you to know I don't have the capability to stun anybody.
I know, but you helped me think of it.
Oh. Well, good. Well done, Master Bonkin. Oh, Master Tempest, good morning.
Oh, hey, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Sorry.
Oh, I saw
Smell bacon.
Zupul checking out your clothes last night, Mr. Marcus.
Yes. Zupul almost churned my green sweatsuit brown from the waist down when I opened my door this morning, so that was wonderful. But he's a sweetheart.
Oh, you did
Also,
it. Good job, buddy. Yeah. Nice.
Did you teach him the eggplant emojis, by the way?
Yeah. Yeah. And a few others.
Okay.
Well, a few other images.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what that means.
I
Let me show you.
just
Duple.
No.
Give him the business. Give him
Oh,
that.
yeah, that one's fine.
The business.
Eggplant
Right, I
emoji.
get that it's some kind of plant of some
Boom.
kind, but I don't get what it.
Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to send him to that one. Sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Oh shit!
That
He's a little
is
carried away
Just-
sometimes.
Did Super just flash? I said, did Zupa just flash the image of boobs into Bonkin's mind?
Gave him the business.
wow.
He'll kind of stop mid-sentence and go, oh, I know what those are.
Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he's in my mind a lot.
Supple as they may be, we have. Master Aegis, please tell me your eggs Benedict, excuse me, is yeah,
It is right on time.
Oh, thank the gods. Wow, this has been a morning. It's not
And
even
yeah.
5:15. What are we doing with our day, friends?
Yeah, he very just quick. Let's get something else into other people's mind, like food.
Oh, sorry, it's 8 a.m. My bad.
This when Aegis says that, Kira's expression, for anyone who isn't an angle to see it, just kind of goes still for a moment. And she, takes another drink of coffee.
So,
As I say, you had started to address Aegis.
a few times. But we're flashing boob pics into people's minds and talking about eggplants.
It's boobs or demons. I know which ones I'd prefer.
Yeah, keep the boobs rolling, baby. Come on, Zupul, let's just forget our worries, baby.
How many you got?
Show me your titties.
Dude,
No,
you guys
just
did
kidding.
kind of get the shitty end of the stick here, man. Like, you're getting like flashes of like demon skulls, and just got a little dragon buddy who shoots me boobs every once in a while. It's not so bad.
Oh my god. So, Master Aegis, first and foremost, this Eggs Benedict is absolutely wonderful. I don't know where you picked the recipe up. I know you said it was from the dwarves, but my goodness, these dwarves, they know their shit. And you have emulated it, I assume, perfectly. But we've got a thing here. Actually, before we touch that thing, I just want to lay this blanket down for everybody. Don't touch, Kira, stop looking at me like that. Min, here's some bacon.
Eggplant emoji in your brain.
Oh, fuck, there we go.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. Everything's fine. The two shards that we have obtained, the chronos shard and the Ethereum crystal, do not put them within 5 feet of each other. There is reactivity. I brought it downstairs last night, and it slowed my movement down to essentially a snail's pace until I moved 15 feet away from it. So if the chrono shard and the Ethereum crystal come within 5 feet of each other, it creates a pocket of slowed time. So
Really?
don't do that.
How big of a pocket? Her tablet is in her hand somehow, and she is already typing furiously. How
15
large
15 feet. 15-foot radius around the two.
are the effects magnified or decreased the further you get away, or is it like a wall?
No, it's a solid wall. As soon as you move out of it, it's done. However, I can tell you this: there's absolutely no way to resist it. Period. End of story. He kind of like looks
Interesting.
very seriously down at Kira and says, "I think these things are fucking artifacts."
So should we be concerned about keeping them in just a room? Like, should we have something more secure?
If I can get a couple of things, I'll get the security drone up and guarding the vault. I also will have a couple of cameras coming in soon to wire the entire place with a security system.
So here's my thought.
I got a safe.
There is a safe. There is also the room downstairs we're currently using. But what about the room in between myself, Kira, and Master Bonkin, and Master Tempest and Zachary? It's empty. If we were to reinforce it somehow, lock it up tight, throw cameras in it, we could keep those items all away from each other if we were to just build maybe pillars or platforms to keep them... Because I assume that the more of these things we pick up, the more they are going to react with each other. But that way they're close to all of us, so if there's an intruder, we don't have to run down the fucking stairs to get to wherever we need to go. We can just bounce straight to the room. Thoughts?
Is there just a little reminder? I mean, like, so this big red X right to the south of that room where
That
all
door
the
doesn't exist.
that door does not exist, and that's just nothing.
That's nothing.
And the yellow
Uh,
markings is just to symbolize that those stairs go there, right?
Yes, the stairs go to the other yellow marking that is up on
Right.
the second
Um,
floor.
There would be a spot where those, I love that there were just 3 pings at once. There should be a spot between the 2 floors where the rooms overlap each other. We could make part of that a tiered safe room if we need to. Some down below, some up above, if we end up with a spot where they need to be above each other. We can have easy access, and if we do that right, we could get down to the first floor without even needing to take the stairs.
Are you saying wall off the top floor, like right there? Are you saying, or are you saying just wall off that entire? Section.
I'm saying she's going to pull up her notes app and do a quick little like doodle of a rough outline of the place. There'll be a spot, and this is not cat measuring,
Saying, 'cause the
where
stairs
there
go
is
straight up.
some overlap that we could open up between the two floors.
But do we really want to break down the structural integrity of our 3-story abode and do that?
No,
Or
we
do
do
we
it.
want...
We do it in a safe way where we reinforce it as we're building it.
Okay, that's going to take a lot of time and a lot of resources. Why would we not just put it in the place where we all sleep and just
I guess I'm
reinforce the
kind of
shit out of that?
concerned.
Sorry, I might have deleted a thing I shouldn't have. My bad.
Which
I think I'm concerned that like we're putting a possibly dangerous set of artifacts right next to where we sleep, and then like who knows, maybe there's a little earthquake and one of the pedestals falls over and boops one of the other things, and all of a sudden we got like a fucking time vortex or some shit.
Well,
in
we
our
should
bedroom.
should put them in lined boxes, probably steel or lead, at least a quarter to a half-inch thick. That will help mitigate any radiation from either of the artifacts. If we do that, even if they come in close contact, it should be okay.
And while that's fair, Master Aegis, do you? I know that your abilities come from the sorceress powers. Do you know of any glyphs or sigils or anything of the sort that may be able to reinforce or protect a room of this size? That could assist us in keeping it safe?
Aye, that's a good question. That's a good one for sure.
Or
And
maybe
he's
that's
gonna,
something you can bring to Umi?
that might be what we do there. Because I'd have to think on that a little bit.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
I
good
can do
point. Maybe
glyphs
she
of
has
warding.
some.
But you would
Maybe
need
Umi
to.
has some protective cases. Is that what you mean? Like protective shells or shrouds or something like that she can sell us?
Well, I mean, that's one possibility.
Or maybe we
Sure,
do
Kira can
that.
make it.
That's true. What if we were to program your drone to also act as a security guard inside of said room, line the walls with the materials Mistress Kira has suggested, and then we talk to Umi and see if there's anything we can use to really keep these things locked down. So that way we have very little to worry about, but if we need to worry about it, we are all very centrally located and can react accordingly.
I can also, if we do put them inside some sort of containers as well, I can do wardings directly on the containers. It's not something I have done often, but I am capable of performing glyphs of warding
Yes, but how long does your glyph of warding last?
until they are dispelled or triggered.
Period, end of story. No duration, no concentration required.
Correct. Or, yeah,
Hmm.
that's it.
Okay, so
I don't make
I-
stuff that doesn't last.
I don't know much about glyph of warding, so what are the potential things it can do? Because if it is going to cause the glyph to explode, we do not want it to explode on top
Yeah,
of
no.
our artifact crystal and then possibly throw it into the other glyph of warding that is an artifact crystal to then blow the fucking room up. And because I'm sleeping next to it, quite frankly, and I'm not interested.
Chain explosions are by
That's my concerns. Yes.
chain explosions are by far the easiest glyphs of warding to set up, especially if you have one to trigger another. But if we are not wanting to do the explosion option, it can be done in such a way as to trigger nearly any spell in either an area of effect or a singular being.
Like a spell we
There's-
all know, or you know, like specifically you know.
That's a very good question. Or can you impose a spell upon a glyph of warding with a scroll?
Right,
Because
so
that
these
opens our horizon.
the spell has to be cast into it when the glyph is initially laid.
Through memory or scroll.
It's so the thing says a prepared spell
So-
of third level or lower.
yeah,
So,
so-
I'm believing that's just memory.
It's from the mind.
Um,
Yep.
I've never tried with a scroll. I've only ever tested doing it from memory. For something like this, I wouldn't want to risk using a scroll. There's too many variables that could that could change or fail. Scrolls can be notoriously unreliable. I would suggest doing it from memory.
Do you know how to cast the alarm incantation?
I haven't tried one
A lot of
moment.
expressions right there. Wow.
Yeah, there was a whole range of emotions.
I have to click on
Jesus.
so many. I have to click on so many things to get to things. It's annoying. 1 second.
You need another monitor.
I have 3.
Holy shit! Why are you clicking on so many things?
Well, I've got Roll20, I've got Discord, and I have character sheet things.
Fair enough.
But character sheet things have things in inconvenient locations because subclass.
Yep.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, absolutely, I can trigger an alarm, but I could also just get a couple of machines to do that.
Well, I mean, yes, you could, but okay, so what incantations do you know that we could invoke into a glyph of warding that would make it worth casting upon a box that these things were encased in? If they were to be fucked with.
If we want it specifically when they're fucked with, I don't necessarily know what it's called, but I have a few relatively potent combat spells.
We don't want them to
Okay.
explode. Remember
True,
that.
we
No-
don't want
no
them
explosions.
to explode. We don't want them to shoot bolts of acid through the walls, because again, I'm sleeping in the room next door. I've seen what you can do.
You've
Grease?
seen.
You can grease them up?
I could do that, but you've seen what I can ask the shadows to do.
That is true. That is true. So, let me ask you this, though. You said you could have machines perform the incantation for alarm. If I'm not mistaken, you said the glyph of warding, it exists until it's triggered. However, the alarm incantation only has a specific duration on it. So if your machines perform the incantation, it will have to be cast all the time in order to refresh it. But if you cast it into a glyph of warding, it will last until it is triggered. Am I correct in that or incorrect?
Partially. With the glyph, the alarm would last until it was triggered. If I had a machine-based alarm system, it would last until we lost power and then the backup energy failed. There's no spell component to it, which means there's no spell that could be disabled. If you use them in conjunction, then you would need someone that could both dispel magic and hack to be able to get past it.
So is it worth us investing in a massive alarm system to awake us immediately should there be an issue? Or is it worth investing in a mechanical alarm system that has the potential to fail should something go wrong, and then hurt the perpetrator should they try to break in and steal what we have
Yep, we
spent
do.
so much time in?
We do both. If we can get me the supplies, I could spend the next few days working on get it set up. But we should have both magical and mechanical backup systems. If we're thinking these are artifacts, capital A, there is not a whole lot of platinum in any of the planes that would make it so we shouldn't be protecting them.
Okay, done. I have 12,363 gold pieces to my name. How much of that do you need? I'll give you all the magic items on my person right now. Do you need me to take the shield off? He starts to take the shield off.
I shouldn't need that. I'll need
Yeah,
incense.
20,000 we can throw into this too if we need to.
It shouldn't be that expensive. I will have to draw some numbers / talk to the DM.
Yeah, I'm drawing numbers.
To figure out. But I'll need for the glyphs. I can't do any of them today because I wasn't
Of course not.
prepared for that. I can do 2 a day for glyphs of warding. Those are going to require incense and powdered diamond, about 200 gold pieces a piece per casting of that. So that's 400 gold pieces a day just in the glyphs. To do a security system to
Wait,
wire.
hold on. You said 200 gold pieces a day. Does the glyph of warding only last one day or
No,
until triggered?
it's how many castings we want. I can only cast it twice in a day. It is
Well, yes,
very
but-
difficult.
But we
it
only need to put 2 in there because we only have 2 right now, correct?
For now.
I was thinking more than likely 3. We should still. I liked your magical alarm idea as well. So 2 that are combat based, 1 that is sentry based. So that's at least 3 castings.
Okay, understood. So we need 600 gold pieces worth
600
of powdered?
powder, diamond, and incense. Yes.
Understood.
Plus, the technology that I would need to be able to wire. Well, it depends. Do we want to wire the headquarters like I'd been thinking about, or just the room?
Sorry to interrupt. That's a good question, Miss Kira. But if we do want to do techie things and do them, I guess, as best as we can, I know you're really good with it, Miss Kira. But me friend from Alpha League, named Henry, I told you about him earlier.
Yeah, he got me my my tool belt.
Yeah, he's actually, I talked to him a while we were all, before the fighting ring started. Turns out he's really, really, really good with tech stuff and building. Like, really good. I think he might be able to help us a lot if we want to set up tech alarm systems, or if you want to come up with something, I could speak to him.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that he should do it alone, but I think that he could be a fantastic asset.
I think you can help even you, Miss Kira, because from what he told me, he helped. Hold on as I open my notes. He said he helped repair like towns that were destroyed by natural disasters, small ones, of course. He helped design custom machinery for a lot of people. He helped with enhancing humanoid abilities before he joined Alpha League. That was before he retired,
Really?
of course, but
Say
he did
enhancing humanoid
a lot of
abilities?
stuff.
Yes, call him. Yes.
Well, can I play devil's advocate here? And I know a thing or two about devils. We want to make sure, and I have nothing against Alpha League or your friend Master Bonkin, but if he is going to be somebody who assists in setting up a security system here or anything technology based, I want to make sure that Mistress Kira is at the forefront of running all diagnostics to ensure that we are not being spied upon or watched by Alpha League. And I don't think that they would do that to us. But we cannot be too careful when we are holding artifacts with a capital A in our possession.
That's fine.
Agreed.
I think Miss Kira can come with me if we want to talk to, or we can all go if we want to go talk to Henry.
Yeah,
He's a very
I
good-looking
think
man.
that's
He's very
a
nice. He also has
fantastic,
kids.
fantastic
grandkids.
idea. And she looks to Marcus, I should have enough coin, especially after this most recent adventure, to fund anything that's needed. But if I don't, I will, of course, let everyone know.
Excellent. It means nothing to me, so just let me know what we need. Boy, we haven't even touched on the demon in your head, have we?
I think this is more important. She full out interrupts to try and speak over that like horribleness.
Well, I think it's pretty important. If
Yeah,
it's gonna
I think that we should talk about that. Yeah.
Maybe briefly. Listen, and just bear with me here, Mistress Kira.
No, it's important.
It's very important, and I think we may need Master Aegis's assistance in this, or at least your contact's assistance. I went and had a conversation with Mistress Kira last night, and we did some digging and delving and diving and all sorts of fun stuff after my shower, and we discovered that, at least I think I discovered that there was some sort of entity rooting around in her mind, the one that we've all seen before. I won't show it to you again. But it caused her to have a very serious physical reaction from her psyche to the physical realm. And I think this entity, I don't know much about it, but after we talked for some time, I think it has something to do maybe with an incantation of some sort of magic, maybe a curse of some sort. Master Aegis, I was hoping that you might be able to delve into this or detect this, or maybe you know somebody who can take a closer look at it, because if we're going to hold these artifacts with a capital A here in our house, in our living quarters, and we are going to invest as much as we are investing in protecting it, we cannot have an entity that has any sort of maliciousness or malicious intention at the forefront of one of our most potent, if not our most potent, technological technomancers, if I may call you that.
Illuminist.
Yes.
I like Technomancer.
That's unfortunately that's a little out of my wheelhouse. That being
You cut out.
said, I'm sure there's somebody at the temple who would be able to help. I know it's at least within my capabilities, just not something that I know personally.
I
If-
saw it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bunkin.
It's fine, Obscura. If that doesn't help, Mr. Marcus, I hate to bring your friends back into this, but won't and he's gonna make like tentacle things. If village or the giant brain, maybe they'll be able to get into Miss Kira's head and see if they can find anything.
Her eyes go a
We-
little wide.
I don't think we need to call upon the pod for that. But, as I've mentioned quite a few times before, we do have Professor Sundamar, who is very capable and very gentle. He's been eating my nightmares for days now, and I have slept like an angel because of it.
Have you tried that, Miss Kira?
No,
You're
because
talking about eating a demon? Is that what you're talking about?
No, but maybe not eating the demon. Well, I mean, fuck, if he's hungry enough, I suppose he can try to eat the demon, but if there's a demon, we need to call it out and face it ourselves. Maybe, though, Professor Sundamar can decipher what it is.
Oh.
I've gone into Mistress Kira's mind with Professor Sundamar once, and we both had difficulty figuring out what was happening. But since we've had some revelations since then, maybe we could try again and see what is happening.
Zubel has a little bit of telepathic abilities. Maybe he can help.
Oh, fuck. Well, jump on board. I got
don't-
2 shoulders.
I don't. I don't love the thought of just digging around in my mind and trying to hope we stumble upon answers, but I also don't like
Marcus
the...
whispers in Elven. He says, "What if we were able to find out who she was?"
Well, there's merit in it for sure, but there's also risks, but I also know there's risks in how things are right now. Last night when we were all in the kitchen and it just appeared, or when Marcus and I were talking and I thought it was going to just attack me and I couldn't see
Happened again
Marcus
last
anymore.
night?
Twice.
Yeah, okay, so this is a problem. This is going to keep happening more and more.
Yeah, I think we need to sort this out before we do anything else. Sorry, Miss Kira.
Can we at least try and get the security system thing locked down before we start digging in my mind too much more? It's just, if I keep myself busy...
Let,
I
let
don't.
me,
If you keep
I'll send
if
a
you keep
message
yourself
to
busy,
Henry
yeah.
to see if he's available.
Also, like, how long does the security system take to make? I can't imagine it's just like a, 4-hour montage. I imagine it's got to be like a couple days, right?
I mean, well,
Everybody love a
considering
montage.
it's going to be at least 1 to 2 days for me to be able to lay the glyphs, and that's assuming I have the supplies.
I'm assuming a demon doesn't try
I-
to fucking fuck your brain.
I was thinking I was thinking I should stay here for the next couple of days and try and work on that and not go out into combat and risk something going sideways there.
If we agree to that, I would like to suggest a condition. Professor Sundama stays here on my behalf and is allowed direct connection to your mind. Just in case something tries to come forth, he will do nothing more than exist within the recesses of your mind. Just on the off chance something tries to push forth from your psyche and take control while we are away, if we need to be away.
Is there any way
That's-
that Sunamar can actually communicate with you outside of any kind of range?
That is a good fucking question. Candace, let me look. Hey, give me that.
I could,
Fuck, you caught me off guard.
if Min was here, there's also, if we made like 2 quick store runs, we could get Min essentially an SOS button to call you if something went horribly wrong. I saw an ad for it last night as I was working on your armor. It was more of a help, I've fallen, but it could work for if something happened when you weren't here. Min could call you.
That is actually a really good idea, but give me one moment. Candace, I'm gonna so I have a note in here that I reached out to Sundamar when he was upstairs one time. So I'm gonna try to you guys will see Marcus's eyes will flash pink as he's got a mouthful of eggs Benedict. And I'm gonna try to reach out to Sundamar again upstairs and just kind of press into his being. I'd say his mind, but that's all he is, so...
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, you're able to reach out to him. You can feel the
Okay.
connection link.
So I'm just gonna ask him, I'm gonna say, Professor Sundama, strange question, but if I were to keep you here to watch over Mistress Kira's psyche for the next couple of days while she prepares glyphs for some of our artifacts with a capital A, if something goes awry, can you reach out to me via magical means, sending spell, or some other sort of telepathic communication? What are you capable of?
So there will be like a slight moment of silence, and then he'll say, "Could use the beacon."
What beacon?
In emergency, can go miles.
Is the beacon a physical object? Or...
No, wave. Telekinetic wave.
How often can you do that?
Not often.
And... how far will it go?
Goes 25 miles, but can be interrupted by anti-magic fields.
Candace, just using my raw intellect, I'm gonna just try to remember what is the circumference of this city? Like, how far is it from one side to the other? Is it less than 25 miles?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big.
Yeah, it's less than... Yeah.
Okay. So, Marcus will say to him, understood. Thank you. And then I'll leave his mind.
Okay.
And I'll look back to the group and say, we should probably have a panic button just in case for Min. However, Professor Sundamar can reach out to me in a time of need, and it can get to me anywhere in this city, should it come down to it. And he is certain of that.
Okay, that's good.
However,
Okay.
giving Min a panic button is not a bad fucking idea.
We just have to. She's going to switch to Elvin, look to Min, look across the table to Min, who's begging by Marcus. Running out of bacon in Elvin. Running out of bacon is not an emergency. We're going to get you a button where if something happens to me like it did last night, you can only use it then, okay? Or if something like that happens, it'll get the others, but it has to be big emergency.
I need you to know that my first Min-like thought was, well, what does she consider an emergency versus what I consider an emergency? So it is very good that you prefaced. She seems a little.
Running out of bacon is not an emergency, and then explained. I know this cat now.
She seems a little annoyed, but you can feel the acknowledgement from your connection with her.
And then she'll. I need you for this, Min. Thank you.
The annoyance fades when you say that.
And then she's not super happy about it, but she gets it. She said that part obviously in common.
All right, so we're agreed.
I'm not exactly happy about it either.
So we're agreed then. We get Min a panic button. Professor Sundamar is allowed access just to the base level thoughts of your mind, just your mind waves. And if something overcomes you or overtakes you, he and Min are to send me messages and we return immediately. And in the meantime, you prepare the incantations for this glyph of warding magic, and we move from there.
All right. Yeah, that'll work, right?
Of course.
Hopefully.
It's destiny. It's all preset. At least one of
Yours
us is
is.
coming out of this alive. I kid. I will die before I leave any of you behind, I promise. Master Aegis, these eggs Benedict are absolutely fantastic. What is this sauce on top? There is something, I could drink this out of a funnel.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I don't remember the name of the sauce, I just remember how to make it.
Hollandaise sauce.
My goodness, Master.
Says
Oh,
Kevin,
you've heard of it,
not
Tempest.
Tempest. Not Tempest, that's Kevin.
Oh, okay.
These dwarves know how to cook. And so do these halflings. He winks at Aegis.
Oh, I just get it from Mom and Pa. And they got it from, well, they got it from her mom and the dwarves in the mountains.
I'd like to know that story. Was it something like we stole a cookbook from a master chef to a dwarf king and got the recipe? Or did they schmooze and booze, wine and dine and get it that way? Or was it paid for fair and square? Or were they just friends and shared recipes, which is so much more boring?
A little bit of the last one there. It was a little bit of sharing of recipes, but it was a sharing of recipes of like a cook-off.
Oh, that's even
A
more
little bit of
interesting.
competition back in the day.
My goodness. Listen, when I retire and it is time for me to have my brainstem extracted by the one that I am training to become the next ninth son, I want you to know that I intend on living my last 1.5 weeks exactly of retirement, traveling the multiverse and experiencing as much cooking as I possibly can before my brain is devoured.
Gotta get a better retirement package, man.
No, destiny's pre-written. It's the way of things.
Oh, speaking of things being written, Aegis, that book, it's perfect. Thank you.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I am. Alright.
I'm gonna need to make a new, apparently I need a serrated scalpel? But it's got a whole list of tools that I need, so I'll end up having to make those when I've got a little bit of extra time.
Isn't a serrated scalpel just a steak knife?
Oh, no, you need it. The angle's different on it.
Oh.
Also, you can, it gave a recommendation for if you modify a melon baller before you fight a beholder, it makes the harvesting much easier.
On
Riveting
that
read,
note,
really.
it is 10:05.
What the fuck is a melon baller?
I got no idea. Sometimes you just have to nod and go along with what she says.
Save me, Master Bonkin.
Oh gosh. So we're gonna
There's
go
no saving
raid
you from this
some-
one. Just keep listening and smiling.
Yeah, like at first, Aegis's like happiness was
Wait, you cut out happiness
out.
what?
it's like genuine happiness, but then she mentions the beholder, and he just starts nodding right there with Marcus and Bonkin.
We all just stand like next to each other and just smile and nod.
But honestly, a melon baller in harvesting a beholder, it just makes popping out all the tentacle eyes so much easier.
So disgusting. So gross. On that really super gross note, we're gonna end it here tonight.
You gave me that book.
I know. We're gonna be Sans Kira next week, just so everybody's aware. So that worked out really perfectly, and I appreciate how that worked out. I don't have to awkwardly make her leave the room at the beginning of next session.
And this is the last one that should be missing until October, so I'll be good on that. I'm just going to be in the middle of the woods with no reception, and apparently the trees don't care about D&D. It's
I'm
garbage.
gonna go to Maya Fuji.
They do not. Can't
Cut him down
confirm,
and turn him
please
into a
don't give
D&D
fuck.
table. Make him care.
Oh wow! Fuck Lucy.
That's some aggressive shit.
Sorry,
Your
my gray popped out.
Yeah, Lucy's like,
I
listen,
love
if I
it.
can go to fucking Africa and get
Sorry,
reception, your
anyways.
ass is getting reception in the middle of the Michigan wilderness.
My bad.
Go ahead, Hex.
Just look at the trees and
Alright.
show them your character sheet. I'll turn you into this if you don't let me have
Thanks for
reception.
hanging out, guys. We're gonna go
I'll
see
let Tempest
Hex.
animate you.
You ain't nailed
These
down,
goofy
motherfucker.
assholes. We're gonna go see Hex.
don't
Thank you guys for hanging out.
I am gonna
on
talk-
Tuesday.
I'm going to talk to Candace at some point about the things that Kira is doing behind the scenes, how much gold, etc., needs
Yeah.
to get spent.
I actually was
but-
taking notes on the stuff I need to get to you guys, so I'll make sure that I get it to you before you're back.
I leave on
All right, thanks, guys. We're
Friday,
gonna go.
so
Okay, we're gonna go
yeah,
raid Hex.
and then
We'll
I
see you
won't
on
be back
Tuesday for
until
crochet and
the
shit.
following Sunday, like an hour before
Ah.
game. So
Awesome. On a side note, from Henry, not from Henry, but about Henry, Candace sent me two paragraphs about, like, Henry. Bro has a history, and it's impressive.
now, Henry's going to be